Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sunny Cool, and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be going over the new mythic for the new year. Crom Cruach, or Crouch, or Crotch? Crom Cruach. That's what his name is now. Whatever it may be. His name is now Crom Cruach. Alright, new mythic troop, Crom Cruach. I might be right. I might not be in crew. Maybe I'm not. You know, might be right. Crom Cruach. C-R-O-T-C-H. Crotch. New mythic troop, Crom Cruach, exclusive to Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for 1 week only. That means he's the only one you can get right now if you're opening keys, which makes him easier to get, but it also means you can't get anything else for an entire week. We'll take a look at him. We'll see if we like him or not. We'll try to get him. We'll make a team from him or her, whatever it is. And then we'll do the vault event, which is the other thing. Treasure vault, gnomes everywhere. Increased chances of treasure gnomes and more vault keys this weekend. So we'll be doing those two things today. What week is it? Do I remember Hellcrag? So I'm going to run a trial while I set up the stream, and then we'll get into the new mythic and the vault event. Happy New Year! Alright, let me run this while I set up the stream, and then I'll check on the chat, and then we'll get started. Alright, copy this. Let's do it fast. Come on. Paste. Thumbnail. Boom. Open. Playlist. Boom. Done. No. Should I type something? Gems of War, new mythic. Gems of War, Crom Cruach. Crotch. Wonder how many times I can say crotch. Is that a bad word? Probably not. It's probably okay. Very close now. Should probably jump into the chat. Ooh. What? Yeah, I don't want to go there. I want to go here, here, refresh, here. Hit a like, turn into your ticket to the train. Don't be a turnstile jumper or a hobo. I see Funky Town is here. He says, I wonder why they waste time making mythics like this. I feel like sometimes they're making a certain type of troop, and it's easier to just kind of copy-paste it with a little bit of changes, and they need a new one from a certain kingdom, maybe, and that's why we get mythics like this, and weapons like the, you know, sometimes the weapons in the shop, like during an event, they're crappy. They just hit multiple enemies based on a typing, and they don't do any gem spawn, and they don't have any extra turns, and they don't do anything cool. They just do damage to like one target or two targets. You'll never use it in your life, but it's them being lazy, probably. I mean, everything can't be better than the last thing, or else what's the point of getting anything? You might as well just wait and get the best thing. But, yeah, I think that's what's happening here with these mythics. Like, they're doing this instant kill mechanic right now, and they're going to base it on red enemies, and they're going to base it on terror gems, and they're going to base it on entangled enemies, and they're going to base it on blessed allies, and they're going to base it on, you know, green enemies or something. So, yeah, I agree it's not the best, but that's what they're doing. They're being lazy. They got a certain type of troop that they're doing right now, and they're going to do the crap out of it until they can't do it no more. They need certain kingdoms to have more mythics. They need certain types of mythics, like as far as constructs or whatever. So they're taking whatever one they need, and they're putting that formula in. Okay, this time it's terror gems, and there's a 50% chance to devour if they're terrored. So that's what's happening, I'm pretty sure. Just laziness, and it's easy. You know, we get the same kind of troops sometimes back to back to back to back, like Chalcedony, Secra, Suraluin, you know, all those back to back to back for the journey. We get certain types of weapons back to back to back, like doomed weapons. You get the doom shovel, one of each color. You know how they do it. Now we're getting these stupid weapons that hit multiple enemies based on a typing in certain events. We just keep getting those over and over and over. We had the explodey weapons for a while, remember that? Based on a typing. So sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. And when they're bad, you're going to get a bunch of crap back to back to back to back. When they're good, you're going to get a bunch of doomed shovels back to back to back. When they're good, you're going to get a bunch of explodey weapons back to back to back. But when they're bad, you just got to recognize we're in a bad streak right now, and you probably should ignore them or just get them for collection purposes. Like, don't blow all your keys on these. They're not that good. Like, even if it devour, you know, it's a 50% chance, too. It's not even a 100% chance. And then, I hate when they do something to the enemy, and then it's like, everything they just did to it doesn't matter, and it makes the devour worse. Let's beat up the enemy and then devour its stats so it has less stats. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. Let's terror the enemy and then devour it so the terror doesn't matter anymore. Like these mythics are kind of stupid. I'm just honestly, Funky Town said it first. You know, I was gonna go into it without being negative right off Jump Street, but yeah, I feel the same. But you just that's a good point, and I feel like maybe I haven't said those things before, so that was good. Right at the beginning of the stream, too. Maybe people can learn something. This is how the devs do things. If it's something good, and it might be something good back to back to back to back. If it's something bad, it's probably gonna be something bad back to back to back to back. Alright, I'm almost ready here. You guys do anything fun for the New Year's? I didn't really. I haven't done anything the last couple of years. It was really cold out. It was snowing, and it was really cold out. I guess I could have went somewhere and did something, but I don't have that much money right now, so just honestly. Christmas just happened. What are you supposed to do? You know, spend all my money buying presents. I don't have that much money right now, and it was snowy and cold out. I didn't do anything for New Year's, and that's my excuse. So, I didn't think ahead to save some money to give out less presents. I just gave out a bunch of presents, you know. Got Daniel Lucas, what up? Happy New Year. Funky Town says, I'm looking for something like a new Leprechaun or a new Tesla, maybe some mechanics, different colors. Yeah, I just want to see something different, man. I think the new dragon should be some sort of super buff dragon or something like that instead of, or super tank dragon or something like that. Instead of just keep power creeping and just AoE, they should do something crazy. I know you weren't even talking about dragons, but that's just a good example of something. You know, look at the dragons they keep doing. They just keep doing AoE damage, and they keep power creeping them up and up and up, and it's not that creative. Alright, we won the Epic Trials just by auto battling, so you could do that too, probably. I know it's a little bit based on your stats and if you have the troops or not, but I'm talking more to in-game players here. Like if you haven't done all your Epic Trials or you're late mid-game or something, you could probably just auto-battle that one. Alright, let's go check it out before we go try to get it. So we'll go to... You guys can see like how many troops I don't have, too. Base rarity. Unowned. Apply filter. Alright, these are all the troops I don't have. So Crom Cruach is the new mythic right now. So today, he's the only mythic you can get when you open keys. No, of course, you know, gem keys, glory keys, guild seals, you know, those. VIP keys, whatever. Those keys. Gold keys never have mythics in them, so they don't matter. Shiny keys, doesn't matter. Event keys is a whole different system. So it's the glory keys, the gem keys, the guild seals, the VIP keys. Those are the ones that are only going to give you this mythic. So you want to make sure, if you get it, and you're going for it, and you got it, to stop opening keys. Like, there's no point of getting 2 of these, or 3 of these, or 4 of these, or 6 of these, or 7 of these. There's no point, so you got to just stop. If you want to, like, get the most usage out of your glory keys and your guild seals and your gem keys, you get one, and then you stop for a week. You're not allowed. That's kind of what sucks sometimes. Like, maybe you like opening keys. They put a crappy one in, and now you get it, even though you probably shouldn't, and then you can't even open keys for a whole week because you'll just keep getting this one. So, yeah, he kind of sucks when it's not a very good mythic, because it's the only one you can get. People get it whether you tell them to or not, and then it's the only one in there for an entire week, so it's cock blocking all the rest of the mythics. Okay, so Crom Cruach is a blue-green-purple Midnight Fey Mystic. It deals damage to an enemy. That's already a problem for me. Physical damage, the first thing so, you know, it's already down. It deals damage to an enemy. That's already a bad sentence. It's not true damage, and it's only one enemy. So I'm just telling you, like, what's a good mythic, what's a bad mythic, how can you tell? Deal damage to one enemy. Physical damage, not even true. Even if it was true, it wouldn't be good. Deal damage to an enemy. We're already starting off on a bad foot. Boosted by terrified enemies. That's another bad thing. Something like Terror or Bless or Entangle or something like that, it's hard to get a good boost ratio because you can only have so many terrified enemies. You could have 20 purple gems if it was boosting off of purple gems, but you can only have 4 terrified enemies, so it can only boost so far. So its damage is not going to get too high. So strike 2, I guess. Strike 3, I guess. So it's physical damage, strike 1. It's only one enemy, strike 2. It's boosting off of something you can only get 4 of. That's strike 3 already. But it's boosting off Terror Gems too, so that's better. That's better. It's better. At least it's 2 things. But Terror Gems aren't going to be all over the board either. You're only going to get a certain amount of Terror Gems on the board. Like 4, 5, 6. You have to put them up there yourself. So at least it's better than just terrified enemies. So that brings it back a tiny bit. I'll bring it back a little bit. At least it has terrified enemies and Terror Gems. If the enemy is terrified, there's a 50% chance to devour them. So you see the problem with that, kind of. First of all, it's only a 50% chance. Second of all, you've already hit it, so it lost some stats. So if you devour it, you're going to get less stats. You know? And then third of all, it's already terrified. And then you're going to instant kill it when the terror could have instant killed it. So the terror, you know, it's not that bad, but still like kind of like okay. But these type of mythics I'm not a big fan of. It's kind of like the Crag Maw, or well, no, not Crag Maw, what was it called? Void Jaw, where it like devours red enemies if you hit red enemies, but it hits them first and then it devours them, and it's only like a 50% chance or something, so it could just do single target damage to an enemy. It could just do that and give the turn to the enemy. Could just do not that strong physical single target damage is what it could do. And then even when it devours, it's already hit it and knocks some of its stats off to devour less stats. And it's only a 50% chance. So already not liking it too much. Reduce damage from spells by 25% on a mythic. Can't be 50% or something higher than that. It's only 25%. That's a real mythic trait there. Impervious, always welcome, as long as there's other good traits. And then we have Terrifying Aura, convert 2 purple gems to Terror Gems, my turn begins. So it could be a way to put Terror Gems on the board if you want. It's kind of a slow mechanic that you can't super count on. You know, even if you fill the whole board up with Terror Gems and terror the whole enemy team, like it doesn't mean they're all going to die instantly. It's kind of like they could just move around a lot and then maybe you kill one eventually. It's like a slow play. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one. Just like Funky Town said. But we'll try. We'll see what we can do. See if we can make a team out of it or something. But first I got to go get it. Alright, here's all the troops I'm missing. So, Crom Cruach, Horde Mimic, Immortal Fernax, Immortal Kumani, Immortal Monstera, Crag Rex, Kumiko, Reven, Demonic Sentinel, Blackmane Montu, Velis Stormborn, Sarathiel, King Elbermore, King of Runes, King of Swords, Rakkael, Travimas, and the Dark Oracle. So, pretty much just missing pay troops or PvP troops. Except for like the Horde Mimic Mythic and some Immortals. Well, that's PvP. So that's also PvP. Except for these two, which I think only one of them is available at the moment. So the ones I could get, if I tried, was probably the Horde Mimic Mythic. Maybe the Sentinel, but you know how that goes with the Underspire. So everybody's probably missing Sentinels. And then maybe one of these. So I could technically probably get like 3 more if I really tried. I don't know what the Dark Oracle was. Why'd I miss that? That's probably just me being an idiot. It's a Hellcrag week too. I wonder if it's in there. think this was like, what was this? This was like a... I should have got this. Wasn't this like a holiday troop from Halloween or something? I wonder if it's in the drop table for event keys. Because it's a Hellcrag legendary, but it's kind of new, so it might not be there. There's no way of telling because, you know, with Mythics you can go look at your chat and it shows them people getting it, but if legendaries it doesn't show. Does anybody know if that troop's in the event key drop table? Let's look at Hellcrag. Did I even do this on Monday? Like the event key drop table? I think I did, because they're, you know, you got Turtling, you got Colossus, you got Gravanga, Chernobog. I wonder if that one's available. You know if the Hellcrag legendary from the Halloween, I think it was Halloween holiday events in the event key drop table, Tyrion? Yeah, hope none of y'all blew any fingers off, right? JM Ricks is here, Starless here, CCTW. It's going to be the first time to grind Vault Keys. Vault event. Hoping to get some info on how to play it in order to get Wand of Stars later. Hey, my new account playthrough, if you haven't checked it out, I'm currently doing a new account playthrough where I go back through the game with, like, I don't buy anything. I just, with my, pretty much just my wisdom from how to play the game. Starting from scratch. No advantages. So go check out that playlist. I've done, this will be my third Vault event on my new account. My new account's only, right now it's like level 500 something. But it did a Vault event at like level 100, 200. It did a Vault event at level like 300, 400. Now it's going to do one at level 500, 600. So I'm going to show you on this stream right now how to do it. But if you really want to see like me doing it at a lower level on a without as many troops and like without as many stats, you can go check out my new account playthrough. I have a whole playlist, and I'm sure like the ones that include the Vault event have like something on the title and thumbnail about the Vault event. And my new account's going to be doing it tomorrow as well. So tomorrow I'm streaming around the same time, and I'll be on that new account doing that Vault event. But I'll definitely go over it today too. But I'm wondering if the event key drop table has that troop in it. Should I throw like a couple of keys just to see? I got 4,000. I don't want to waste too many though. Maybe I do like 3 or something. It's like the stupid Halloween holiday legendary. Somehow I missed it. Because I've been playing my new account too much, I guess. See, look, it's this one. Right here, the Dark Oracle. I somehow missed that when I should have got it. Yo, what up with the who? As Ragden with the 10. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. You're a legend, bro. You a legend. Running out there, getting it started. Appreciate it. Tuning it up. Tuning up the band. Stomping that foot. Let's go. AZ, I'll probably call you AZ. It was Halloween. Yeah, I was wondering if it's in the event key drop. I can be the guinea pig if nobody knows. I'll do a few. I don't want to waste too much event keys, but the main thing my event keys are for right now is to get troops like that, so it's not like that big of a waste for me. It's like it's what they're supposed to go towards. It's just like Halloween was pretty recently, and sometimes it takes a little bit of time for things to go into the drop tables, so I'm not very confident that it's in here or not, but let's try. Let's do like 3. Okay, now I don't want to waste event keys, but this is exactly what they're for as well. Alright, I'm not going to go too much further. I'll get it later. It'll come through the Soul Forge, you know? I don't want to waste too many. Alright, let's try to get this mythic now. Crom Cruach. Crom Cruach. I always do my glory keys first because I need some gems, a little low on gems. So glory keys are your lowest chance to actually get the mythic, but it's your highest chance to get like the most gems if you're low on gems. So I always do this. Just open all my glory keys until I get it, or not get it. So your highest chance is Guild Seal chests on level 6. Your next highest chance is Gem Keys. And then Glory Keys are last. Cannot get the new Mythic from Event Keys. You cannot get the new Mythic from Shiny Keys. I think you can get them from VIP Keys, but I'm free to play, so I don't really mention that. I think you could get it from VIP Keys if you have them. Alright, opened all those. Let's do some Gem Keys. There he is, Crom Cruach. Yeah, Dark Oracle or whatever. Alright, so that helps, man. That helps. Appreciate it, Tyrion. Alright, here it is. We already kind of went over what it does. It deals damage to an enemy, boosted by terrified enemies and terror gems. If the enemy is terrified, there's 50% chance to devour them. I guess if you wanted to say something positive about it, it does have 2 different ways to instant kill, kind of. You know, it has the 50% chance to devour, and it kind of does terror in a roundabout way. Converts 2 purple gems to terror gems, and if you match or explode those, it will terror the enemy team. But it's kind of a long... You know, I'd rather see people, like, more focus on getting Zul'Goth or Maelstrom Dagonath or High King Iron Gut. Those are way better ways to instant kill. And there's other ways that are even easier than, like, not as good as those, but better than this. Like, even like Consort of Darkness and Archduke, Ubastet, Scorpius, Ubastet, Wolfgarrick, like, I think those are better than this, you know? Like, I'm not even that high on, like, Ubastet and Scorpius and Wolfgarrick, but I think even those might be slightly better than this guy. So that's where I'm putting it right now, like, without using it. You know, I think it's like a mid... It's, like, not horrible, but it's not good either. It's kind of in the middle somewhere. It's like a mid-mythic. But we'll see. What if I use it and it goes crazy and it, like, terrifies everything, they all die, and it just devours every single time? Like, we'll see, but I doubt it. 50% chance for us is like a 25% chance for real. For the AI, you know, that's like a 75% chance. But let's go make a team. What am I going to do? So, I would like to... I always look at it's like typing. It's a Fey Mystic. And then, you know, we kind of want to make sure we're terroring. So something with terror and maybe something with Fey or Mystic is what I would do. Maybe Midnight. Midnight has terror mechanic, right? That's when it was introduced. Let's make a team. Let's go to, like, Explore 12 just to have a difficult type of fight. Like, right away. I need a team. I still got the foam egg on here. I didn't know that. I need those. Okay, this is nothing. This is nothing, so I can get rid of this. Alright, let's clear filter. Let's go upgradable. Let's throw Crom Cruach over there. Let's upgrade it. He's got eyeballs in his hands and his palms. They're not on his face, they're in his hands. If you put gloves on him, he can't see. Just put some gloves on him and you beat him up. Alright, he's fullied. So level 20, fully traded. Alright, so I'm thinking either Midnight or something that tears. My first thought was Essence of Evil. So I think I want to put it on a team with Essence of Evil. That way I can target something, I can tear it immediately, and then I can shoot the Crom Cruach at it. Like, instead of waiting on, like, terror gems, I can just shoot this. This will tear. So this might be our easiest way of, like, doing terror to an enemy. That's the start of my team. Now let's look at maybe Midnight troops. Go base rarity. We definitely need... I mean, we got a little bit of mana generation. We got a way to terror. Then we got a dude doing single target damage, throwing terror gems on the board, and maybe devouring. That's what we got so far. This guy's always good. Like, you could just use him and make it a Mortal Ossifer team. This might be okay, because it boosts off of purple, which terror gems count as purple, and then it's going to create purple, and the Crom Cruach is making purple, a little bit of purple. So maybe Void Dragon, but it doesn't do any kind of terror. This could inflict terror on all enemies and explode purple. So this would be a really good way to terror. We'd have to put it in front to get it up, though. Okay, so now we have tons of mana generation. We need a real, like, damage dealer now. We need, like, a real deal. Probably Ossifer or Void Dragon or something. I'm gonna try Void Dragon, maybe. Ossifer's probably the better choice if you want to actually do damage. But let's try, like, the purple gem thing with the... Can we try this? These are doing terror. This is gonna hopefully devour terrored enemies, and it's putting purple on the board, a little bit at least. And then this is gonna put purple on the board and boost off of purple and do damage to all enemies. So this is, let's try this. You know, I'm not always like claiming that my very first thought is the best team you can make with the new Mythic, but it's just start somewhere. Maybe maybe the things I'm saying, like, you can come up with something, like, based on what I'm saying, maybe. Right, as far as banner goes, we got a lot of green, and our mana generators are green, so probably some green. Everybody else has blue, so probably blue. And then we got green, blue, purple, brown. We're missing yellow and red. There's yellow. There's red. And I think this one's better. I'd rather have +2 to my mana generators than... because they'll get everybody up. So I'm going to go Fox Banner. As far as class, we could do Geomancer to 50% start the Haunted Doll so it gets up quicker. Or we could do like a Purple Storm, like a Thief. Let's look at the Geomancer. If you want a loop-de-loop, you'd probably do Thief. If you want to just hurry up and terror, we're trying to make this... We're trying to take a look at this new Mythic. I think for this team, the best class would probably be Thief, because you're going to end up, like, not devouring, and you're probably just going to end up looping them to death with Void Dragon instead. But, for, like, the purposes of this video and us trying out the new Mythic, I'm going to do Geomancer to hurry up and get up Haunted Doll, cast it, terror the whole enemy team, and then try to devour, I guess. Serendipity. What do we got? We got a potion or a relic or something, so it probably doesn't matter. Hammer, tome. Okay. Let's just do that. You can get bonus brown, bonus purple, or gain enchant when matching green. Let's do purple. We might be looping on it. Fortitude. Okay. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. We'll see how reliable we can make this thing devour. Crom Cruach, yeah. Crom Cruach. He got real fancy with his crotch, and he chromed it out. He put a spinner on it. It's a helicopter now. It's a chrome helicopter blade. Alright, so we kind of want to leave terror gems on the board, right? We don't have to, but... There's no way to raise that 50%. It's like a static 50%. It'd be cool if the 50% was based on terrified enemies or terror gems or something, but that's just the damage is based on that. It says deal damage to an enemy boosted by terrified enemies and terror gems, period. If the enemy is terrified, there's a 50% chance to devour them. So it's always 50%. It never goes above 50%. You got a 50-50 chance anytime you cast on something, if it's terrored. So that's even worse, you know what I mean? Like a 50-50 chance, like if it was no matter what, a 50-50 chance, we don't even like that. That's not even that good. But you have to terror the enemy, and then you get a 50-50 chance. So you have to do something first before you even get a 50-50 chance. So that's, I'm just telling you why I'm not going to be recommending it if you're trying to decide. If you came for advice, like whether you should get it or not, you should probably not get it because it's not amazing. It's not that good. It's just another one of these types of mythics that they've been doing. But who do we need to get up? We want to get up either the Essence of Evil or the Haunted Doll. So we really want green or blue here. And I don't have any, so yeah, let's just take this. Green or blue? Some green. Okay, we can get terrored too. That's another thing. The Haunted Doll will terror all enemies, but she can be terrored herself. This thing can get terrored. It could backfire. Let's do Haunted Doll. We're going to terror their whole team, hopefully. There we go. Alright. Let's hope we get up Dude Sickle. Go first slot. That way they can't hit me with skulls. The last slot's already terrored. Okay, they're dead. Let's just do this again. Blowing up the terror gems, though. Which makes it so there's less on the board. So maybe I should only cast her once to terror and then do Essence of Evil after that. Then we'd still be blowing them up. Like, it's hard to keep them on the board. But the only thing keeping them on the board does is make him do more damage. And we probably would rather see him devour, and it's just a 50-50 chance, so it's hard to get up. Probably because of where I got up. Hey, they moved him up for me. Thanks. Get up, bro. There we go. He's got like a little feast. Banquet of the Damned. Who thinks it's gonna devour? Look, it got a plus 16 to its boost ratio. It's gonna do 89 damage, y'all. It's pretty weak. Yeah, this thing's pretty poopy. We have 3 enemies terrified, too, I think. I can't really see this one, but I think it just has everything on it. So it can only do... It's plus 16 for 3. So, like, how much damage is it actually going to do? Like, if it's maxed out, probably like 90-something damage? Which isn't even 100. Like, look at the stats. It would have to hit something 3 times to kill it, and there's 4 enemies. So, hopefully it devours, you know? But let's try to devour, and you probably don't want to devour the last slot, because then you can leave terror on the last slot, and like they could die to terror still, so we probably... But that thing's stealthy, I bet, so... Let's try their first enemy, maybe. I think it's terrored, I can't really see. I think it's my only choice. Hey, we got it. I think it's hitting first and then devouring. Alright, let's do this. Got an extra turn. Just hit him with skulls. Alright, we need green or something. This is really slow. This is slow. Oh, got terrored away though. That's good. Come on. One of these days. One of these days. There we go. Terrored. 12 HP though. It's gonna die either way. So I don't know. What do you guys think would be like the best team for this mythic? I'm trying my best to like terror the enemy. That's what these first two slots are doing. They're doing terror, which is what it really wants. And then like this could be something different. But we already got everything terrored once we haunted Doll, so it's not like we could do even more terror. You already terrored them. You don't have to terror them more. Like, they're already dead. You can't kill them more. It's kind of like that. Alright, let's see what y'all are saying. Time to get that mythic. Got it. Yeah. Worst name? Yeah, Crom Cruach. How many copies is it worth? 0. Definitely like 1. I know what you mean. So endgame players are going to get it no matter what, because we're getting every new mythic because we have nothing else to do with our keys, right? It's a new troop, we're going to get it. I would just get 1, dude. Like, what are you going to do with multiples? I don't know. It's like you almost want 1 to devour multiple times. Like, if you had more than 1 and they were all... I guess you could put a bunch of terror gems on the board, but this thing can terror all enemies for 16 mana cost. Like, I guess if you need terror gems for some other troop, maybe? It's the only thing I can think of. If there's some other amazing troop in the game that does something based off of terror gems, like this could maybe do something, but it's not going to be the star of the show for sure. Like right now, I'm trying to put it in a team where it's the star of the show, but that's probably not what it's for. Most likely it's supposed to go with another troop that needs a bunch of terror gems on the board. So if you guys can think of something like that, but even then you're just doing 2 a turn and it would still take a while to get a bunch on the board. But it might be the only thing that could probably, it might be the best like thing to put terror gems on the board in the game. The best thing to terror is this, because it does all enemies. But the best for terror gems might be this. And that might be its thing. That might be what it is, you know? If you want to put terror gems on the board, use Crom Cruach. That's what it's for, I guess. Alright, green and blue. Got Haunted Doll. We're about to terror their whole team. There we go. Now we just got to get up Crom Cruach. We got nothing. We got yellow or red, and we don't use either one. Like some green, please. Like some green. There we go. Alright, somehow they're not terrored. I swear they should all be terrored. Let's do their last slot. Let's get them all terrored again. This will do some purple for Crotch Boy. Alright. Let's see if he can devour again. Let's do this first, though. Alright, can you devour? So you do not want to devour their last slot. That'd be the dumbest one to devour, right? First slot's probably second dumbest, because it already lost stats. So we want to devour one of these two. Like, if you're going to use this troop and you're going to try to devour with it, you should probably devour one of the middle 2 troops. Or take out, like, if something's, like, Takshaka's over there and you just want to kill it, maybe, but... Like, whoever has the most stats would be a good one to choose, too, so... I mean, it did not devour, so it did very weak physical damage and passed the turn to the enemy. Cool. Now we have no mana again. Green and blue, we're back there. Need green and blue again. Okay, killed that. Got Void Dragon. That's getting an extra turn. It can't loop into itself because Crom Cruach is stealing the purple. Probably D. Yeah, I can't put them on the bottom. Alright, let's do this. We'll go here because this thing's not terrored yet. Alright, now it's dead. Oh boy, see, backfire city. There goes Void Dragon. Get this up again. This thing's just gonna die. Alright, there he is. Come on. Oh, he's just gonna kill it, though. He's not gonna devour. Alright, I'm just gonna go till I get a mini boss. So I'm gonna do like 2 more fights, maybe 3. If you guys have a better team, maybe let me know. And then we'll get to the vault event. Purple extra turn. Let's get some blue. Let's get some more blue. Let's terror their whole team. Let's just do this. Let's do this. Let's get some green. It's Essence of Evil, their first slot. It's just taking forever to get up. But hey, Terror went off. I mean, he pretty much has nothing to do with that. But Terror did go off. There he is. Alright. Devour, please. Devour. Yeah! Devoured. Alright, we need skull blue. Let's do this. Let's get this green. Let's do this. Let's get the blue. Whoops, there's a red extra turn, but they died, so it's all good. It's a little bit better when I go faster and I'm not talking so much. Let me try to go fast. Round extra turn. Let's get some blue. Let's do this. I don't know why. I got some mana there somehow. Is there any extra turns? Sometimes it's hard to tell with weird gems. Yeah, there's this. There's this. Which one do we do first? Let's do this first. Okay, they're all terrored now. Let's tie up the first slot. Look at him, he's still only 11 out of 25. It's because I'm blocking him on every color except for purple. Right. Smash that pretty hard. Blue. Haunted Doll. Ooh, Terror went off again. This is for like a very specific person that don't mind like the team not being very fast, and then you really love Terror and Devour, maybe? Probably shouldn't have took that, but I did. Let's see if we can Devour this guy. Nope. And you can Devour through Barrier, so don't worry about it. Just missed. Like, you cast Void Dragon, then it's easier to get him up. But Void Dragon's only getting brown. So I'm saying my team is kind of slow here. There we go. Come on, Crotchy. Come on, Crotch boy. No! Missed again. Missed again. She probably took green there. Let's do this first. And they're dead. I don't know. Alright, one more fight. Maybe 2. Because I might get the mythic. The boss chest fight. Blue and green. Perfect. Alright, come on blue. Come on green. Where you at? Nowhere. Alright, let's get this. There's some blue. The Haunted Doll. Let's do that. Okay, let's do it again. Alright, we got Crotch Boy. Let's go with, you know, one of the middle two. One that's about to cast. No! No Devour. Gotta check and see if they can be devoured. It can. Just couldn't do it. First slot. Blue. Let's do this. Some purple up there. Up! Yep, backfired again. Goes Void Dragon. Void Dragon keeps running away. He's like, this team sucks. I'm out of here. Void Dragon. Void Dragon knows what's up. This team's ass. I'm out of here. That's what Void Dragon keeps saying. It's like, this guy sucks, bro. Why'd you put me next to him? I'm out of here. That's what Void Dragon keeps saying. There we go. Kill that. Do this. And they're dead. Alright, one more fight and I'll leave. I'll quit insulting your intelligence with this team. Oh, Ironhawk's in the Soul Forge? Dude, what if my new account gets Ironhawk as its first crafted mythic? Because I'm really close and there's a vault event right now, so I could technically do the vault event super hard on my new account, like close the gap on... I could buy diamonds every day. You know, my new account could get Ironhawk. That'd be crazy just to show like how early you can get it. But only one copy, like you can't really do anything with one copy, but it's nice investment into your future. It's good info. I'll check out the Soul Forge after this. Alright, we need green and blue. Let's get both. Let's get this green. Let's do this first. Okay, we got Crotch. Nice. Finally. Let's do her. Let's do their first slot, unless we have an extra turn. Alright, it's dead. Okay, we got Void Dragon. Didn't run away yet. Got Crotch Man. Okay, in this situation, I might do the bottom one because it's got more stats. And extra turn here. Let's get some green. Let's just kill them. So that's my team. I'm not saying it's good, but that was my first thought. I don't think this new mythic is good. I think, if anything, it's there to put Terror Gems onto the board for something else, maybe. So I would go down that route if you're trying to make a better team for it. Maybe think of, like, a troop that needs a bunch of Terror Gems on the board for some reason. And it doesn't even put a bunch on the board, but it's like, at least it puts a couple on the board at the start of every turn. Alright, let's check out the Soul Forge. It's changed. Changes. Cycles twice a week now. Zarg's Boom Pile is good. Top 20 Mythic. It does the Pharaoh Khafru, Takshaka, Emberclaw type of thing. If you can't use Pharaoh Khafru, you're using Zarg most of the time. It's like a Chrysantherax team. You got Chrysantherax and you got Mirage Queen, but you can't use Pharaoh Khafru. So you would use Zarg Boom Pile in that situation. So it's a good one. It's useful. You want 3 of them, so if you only have 1 or 2 right now, you might want to craft it. But if Ironhawk's here, that's the #1 craft in the game. So make sure you have 3 of these. You can spend your last diamonds. Like, I'm giving you the go-ahead right now. Ironhawk is worth every diamond that you got, no matter what, where you're at in the game, no matter what. It's the best resource farmer in the game. It'll get your diamonds back that you spend on it. It'll get you gold and gems and orbs and tarot cards and everything. So if you have the ability to craft this right now, you should do it. Whether you get 1, 2, or 3, it doesn't matter. 3 is the ultimate goal. 2 is when you can start actually using it, and 1 is just an investment into your future. You know, a Donna week might come and you can use event keys to get the other one, or you can wait for it to cycle back through in the Soul Forge to get your other one, or you might just randomly get another one. You never know. But invest into your future here. This is like a smart investment to, you know, get your resources up. This is my #1 mythic in the game, just because it helps you get everything else in the game. That's usually what I think is the best thing in the game. I don't make the #1 mythic in the game like the most powerful, like Chrysantherax or something. Like Chrysantherax might be #2, but I think Ironhawk is the best mythic in the game because it can get you the diamonds to get other mythics. It can get you keys to get the other mythics. It can get you, you know, Dragonite to get the dragons. It can get you everything in the game because it gives you the fastest team in the game for the Vault event. The Vault event's the best event in the game to get resources, so Ironhawk is my favorite, my best, my #1. You're not making a mistake if you craft it no matter what, right here. Unless you're getting your 4th one or something. That would be a mistake, I guess. 4th or 5th. But your 1st, your 2nd, your 3rd, everybody should get Ironhawk if you can right now. I already have 3 of them. I actually have 5. But, yeah, that's 100%. Doesn't depend. Freaking get it. My new account's going to get it if it can. My new account doesn't even have any of the other top 20 mythics or top 10 mythics, but it's going to get Ironhawk to invest into its future. Even though I can't get 2 of them or 3 of them, it's okay. It just makes it to where I'm closer to 2, I'm closer to 3. So I'm going to do it if I can on my new account. So Ironhawk's #1. 25 blue, yellow, brown, Adana, construct, mech, explode, create 12 doom skulls, then explode 27 gems. But what it's really for is its 3rd trait, artillery support. Deal 5 damage to all enemies when an ally casts a spell. You're like, why is that good, bro? That sucks. It's only 5 damage. Well, when you go to Explore 1, and you use something like Sister Superior and Dust Devil with multiple Ironhawks, then you're going to do 20 damage, 25 damage, which wipes all the enemies out in one shot in Explore 1 without moving a muscle, like, immediately. It's like going into the fight and the fight's over, and then you go into the next fight and the fight's over, and you go into the next fight and the fight's over. It's like clearing Explore 1 fights as fast as you can, as fast as possible. Like with one button press, pretty much. Literally. On the 3 Ironhawks when you're farming versus, it's one... I can preload inputs and push 1 button, and the fight's over. So it's literally 1 button press to win a fight with Ironhawks. Like, I'm not even... It's literally. When you're doing the 2 Ironhawks and you're doing, you know, gaps, you have to push a couple of buttons, but it's... Your first turn, like, you're immediately filled, you're immediately casting spells, the enemy never gets a turn, it's like as fast as it can go. So this is the fastest thing in the game to clear Explore 1, and the best way to do the Vault event is Explore 1. So this is the best troop in the game because of that. The Vault event's the best event in the game, and Ironhawk's the best way to do that event the best, the fastest, and get the most out of that event. So this is the best troop in the game. But you need 2 of them to technically start doing the Ironhawk thing, because you're gonna do you would do Dust Devil, Ironhawk, Ironhawk Sister Superior, and then you only have to like press a couple of buttons and the fight's over. The enemy never gets a turn. You're always immediately filled. You always just have to cast a spell and win. That's what's good about it. It's super consistent. It's the fastest in the game, and it's super consistent every single time. Boom, boom, boom. Everything's dead. So that's why it's the best. So you need to fully trade it too, and you need 2 or 3 of them. But grab 1, even if you can't fully trade it, even if you can't get 2. Invest into your future. It's 100%. It's the smartest thing you can do in the game is craft Ironhawk. That's #1. #2 would probably be Zarg. I don't have to look. Like, Tourmaline's not better than Zarg. What's the other thing? Voice of Orpheus is not better than Zarg. So Zarg would be #2. So if you already have 3 Ironhawks, you would get Zarg. Zarg is very useful. Zarg is for the Pharaoh Khafru thing, the Emberclaw thing, the Takshaka thing, the Chrysantherax with double Khafru with Miraji Queen thing, where it just fills up your Chrysantherax immediately, you cast it, you win. It's almost like an Ironhawk thing, but for harder stuff, but not as consistent, right? But it's the fastest way to fill Chrysanthrax, basically. Chrysanthrax is the best damage dealer in the game, or Stellarix, whatever you got. Chrysanthrax, Stellarix, Ruby Weapon, whatever you got. So you put one of those in first slot, and then you do Caffrou, Miraji Queen, or you do Zarg, Miraji Queen. So you 50% start your dragon, and then this explodes 2 skulls when my turn begins, which usually fills up. You know, the Caffrou is a little more reliable on filling because there's not always a bunch of skulls on the board, but there's always a bunch of gems. So this isn't as good as Caffrou, but it's the completely opposite colors of Caffrou. So when you can't use Caffrou, you can usually use Zarg. So it fills a gap, and it does a similar thing. So it's probably a top 20. You know, I don't remember where I put it. I don't know if it was even in the game when I did my top 20 mythics, but it would be somewhere around, like, it'd be under Caffrou. It's not as good as Caffrou. It's not as good as Ironhawk. But it might be like a top 10 just because of what it's used for and needing multiples of it. It's another one you need 3 of. So this is the situation that I always talk about where you don't want to waste your diamonds. We have 2 mythics in the Soulforge right now that you need 3 of. You know? That's 24,000 diamonds that you would need. If you didn't have Ironhawk, if you have 0 Ironhawks and 0 Zarks, you need 24,000 diamonds right now. So hopefully you aren't crafting like Bothros and just weird mythics you just didn't have, you know? Because you could have used those diamonds right now for 3 Ironhawks and 3 Zarks. So you got to save up, so you can pull the trigger when something good's in here instead of just crafting stuff because you can't. You know, imagine you crafted Tourmaline last week, or you crafted Voice of Orpheus earlier this week. Those diamonds you could have used literally on your second Ironhawk, or your third Ironhawk, or your second Zarg, or first Zarg, or third Zarg, or you could have got 3 of them instead of just 1 or 2. But that's why you gotta save up and skip things that aren't as good as like Ironhawks and Zargs and Caffrous and High King Iron Guts and stuff like that. If you don't have those troops, you need to save, because they're going to come through eventually, and you're going to regret whatever you got with your diamonds. So that's why my new account hasn't spent a single diamond, and now, you know, I can at least get Ironhawk, hopefully. I'm going to be pretty close. So yeah, Zarg is number 2. Oops. 24 blue-green reds, Asian, Goblin Construct. Destroy a 5x5 circle, deal scatter damage, boosted by red gems destroyed, gain an extra turn. So it's got a better spell than Caffrou, but its main thing it's used for is that one little spark, explode 2 skulls when my turn begins. So you use multiple Zargs, so you're exploding multiple, like 4 skulls instead of 2, or maybe 6 skulls if you're using 3 Zargs. And that does mana generation because it explodes all the gems around those skulls, not just the skulls. And then hopefully that fills your Chrysanthrax, who uses every single color. Zarg is good, and it's got an extra turn on it, which is always something with an extra turn on it's almost always good. So it's doing scatter damage, it's destroying some mana generator, it does damage, it gains an extra turn, and it has that 3rd trait. So it's probably a top 10 mythic that you need multiple of, just like Ironhawk. Number 3. We got Turtling. Or Voice of Orpheus. I think Voice of Orpheus has, like, you know, probably number 3, because you can use it here or there. I never use it, but I hear of people using it, like, for their dungeon or something if they get a bunch of traps. I just use Beatrix every single time. I don't touch Voice of Orpheus, but occasionally you might whip out a Voice of Orpheus like once a week for one fight, maybe. So he's kind of like a doomed book. 22 red, yellow, purple, Leonis Empire Divine Human. Deal damage to an enemy, boosted by all other allies' mana. Cleanse all allies, then give all other allies 5 mana. It's first cleanse, then cleanse all allies when matching yellow gems. I think Queen Beatrix is way better and way easier to get, and you could probably use her anytime you could use Voice of Orpheus, but yeah. Turtling, 22 green, red, brown, Hellcrag Demon Knight. Deal damage to all enemies, drain 4 mana from all enemies, boosted by Gargoyle Gems. Create a good Gargoyle Gem when matching 4 or more gems. He's not as bad as he's not really a turd. I just think it's funny to call him Turtling. But he's not great either. He's probably like a B minus, maybe a C plus. Right around Voice of Orpheus for real. They're used for two different things though, so it's hard to decide. But yeah, Ironhawk for sure, and get as many, up to 3. Buy one. I know buying one is kind of boring because you can't really do anything with it, but you're investing in your future. You're buying the keys to the Lamborghini. You just gotta get the rest of the money. I don't know how to say it, but Our legendaries also changed. We got Goblin King, Artima, Smashed Mouth, and Garyon. So a bunch of weird ones. You should not craft legendaries. Don't waste your diamonds on legendaries. You can get those through other ways. But if I had to put them in order, I would say, I guess Artima is kind of the most useful out of those. Definitely not a top 10 or top 20 or anything like that. But Exploder Road, deal damage to 2 weakest enemies. 40% chance to dodge, 50% chance to ignore armor with skull damage, and 25% skull reduction. So solid legendary. Then you got Garyon would be second. 20 yellow-brown, Leonis Empire Monster, convert green gems to blue, convert purple gems to Doom Skulls, drain 2 mana from all enemies. Poison and stun a random enemy in magic 4 more gems. Another solid legendary. And Smash Mouth. And Goblin King's trash, so Smash Mouth would be next. 14 green, reds, Asian, Goblin Giant, deal damage to an enemy and knock them to the back. Drain 7 mana from all enemies below them, gain an extra turn. Bleed and silence the first enemy when I deal skull damage. That one's just average, nothing special. And Goblin King is butt. He's been in the game a long time, he's not very good. 14 green, browns, Asian, Goblin, remove all gems of a chosen color, which does nothing except for board control, I guess. Gain 8 life, yippity-doo-dah-day, summon a goblin, gain an extra turn. So it pretty much just summons a goblin and gains an extra turn. Which, Flaming Oni can do that way better. Goblin King is nothing compared to Flaming Oni. So that's the Soul Forge. Really, 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 really good one. Ironhawks and Zarg. You could spend 24,000 diamonds in there, and it would be a good thing, not a bad thing. Alright, we got the Vault event next. I'm going to catch up in the chat, though, so don't you worry. I'm not ignoring anybody. If anybody's even saying anything, I don't know. I'm going to take a look, though. I see Trey with the gifted running out there. Running out there with AZ. Yeah, this troop's pretty bad, Big. The Mythic's pretty bad. It's weird. It just like, it's a Terror Gem mechanic Mythic, I feel like. They've been doing the same type of Mythic for a minute. You know, Bothros and blah, blah, blah. I don't even remember their names, because Voidjaw, Bothros, this one. They're doing weak instant kills, that 50% chance instant kill type of stuff right now. Yay, Daniel Lucas finally got triple Ironhawk. Let's go, Daniel. Congrats. That's amazing. That's so sick. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. You try to figure out how to preload inputs. Like, it's a min-max. It's not that important, but if you're on controller, you might be on PC mobile, so. But it's super fast. You just hold in triangle and like the spell button, and then you let go, and you almost don't even have to push buttons. It's so fast. Haunted Doll was alright for that dude. Best Mythic ever, yeah. I should have made a video, Beg. I should have made a freaking pre-recorded video. I should have put something about it being the best Mythic ever. Crom Cruach. Crom Cruach, best Mythic ever. Instant death. You know, you gotta put something like instant death in the thumbnail. And then you gotta put best Mythic ever. And then you get more views, you know? It's a lame Mythic, yeah. Tyrion says the problem with Terror Gems is you need to be immune to them or they fire back hard. Yeah, you saw my Void Dragon, like, running away every fight. Crom inflicts jock itch, yeah. Okra knows the tickler, right? Yeah, how can we make it better? CC says it should have Terror a random enemy at the start of my turn and a 75 to 100% starting mana. Something like that. Yeah, how could we fix it? That's a good question. It's always fun to... How could we fix this mythic, you know? We're gonna try to make it better. Make it better. First of all, you know, true damage is always better than physical. Second of all, if it boosted off of something else and hit more enemies, like it could, if it could just hit 2 enemies, it would be better. If it hit 3 enemies, it'd be better. If it hit 4 enemies, it'd be better. Dude, all it would have to be... Okay, here's how you fix this mythic, right? Make it hit multiple enemies, and there's a 50% chance to devour each enemy. That would be way better, and it's not even that OP. Because it's only a 50% chance, and they have to be terrified. So you have to, like, terrify the enemy team, make it hit 2 or 3 enemies. That would make it immediately better. So the way we can make this mythic just a little bit better, it still wouldn't be that good, it wouldn't be OP either. Say, deal damage to 2 enemies, multiple enemies, 2 or 3. Let's say 3. We'll try to make it even better. Deal damage to 3 random enemies, boosted by terrified enemies, and terror gems. If the enemy is terrified, there's a 50% chance to devour them. So now it's hitting 3 enemies. You cast Haunted Doll, you terrify the whole enemy team. It hits 3 enemies, and it has a chance, 50% chance on each of the 3 to devour. So it could have potentially devour 3 enemies with 1 cast. Or it would devour 1, or it would devour 2. It's not always 3 or nothing. It'd be 1 sometimes, it'd be 2 sometimes, it'd be 3 sometimes, it'd be 0 sometimes. That way it's not OP. But if it happens to sometimes, like, devour 3 enemies and get tons of stats, that might be worth it. You know, killing 3 enemies and then skull damage right after that. Boom, the last one's dead. That would make it a good mythic. All you'd have to do is make it hit multiple enemies. That's it. You know, you could even be, it'd probably have to be 2 enemies. That way it's not super OP. But 3, even if it hit 3 enemies, like, people still wouldn't use it because you just keep using your Chrysanthrax or your Zul'Goth, your Maelstrom Dagonath. But I think even if it was hitting 3 enemies and had 3 chances to devour, it still wouldn't be, like, meta. It still wouldn't be that OP or anything. I don't know why they make it so weak. That would be my fix to it. That, or you can just add 1 sentence to the bottom that says, and gain an extra turn. Or, like you said, you could make it have, like, a 50% start or a 75% start or something. There's lots of ways to fix it, but I think my favorite way would be it hits multiple enemies, and as long as they're terrified, it has a 50% chance to devour multiple enemies. That'd be sick. We don't have any... Yeah, we do. We have Pycea can devour multiple enemies. Make it more like a Pycea and less like a Bothros. Like, Pycea can devour multiple enemies, right? They might have to lower the percent. Like, let's say it hits 3 enemies, and then it has a 40% chance to devour if they're terrified. That'd be way better. Because you'd be funner to use, because you would be, like, waiting for that time where it devoured 3 enemies. And, you know, it'd be like using Assassin and trying to get the Rising Shadows to go off multiple times. It'd kind of be like that. It'd be more like an Assassin, which is fun to use at least. So even though it wouldn't be meta or the best thing in the game, you could fix it by making it hit multiple enemies and have a chance to devour. And then people would want to use it because they'd want to, like, see if they could devour, like, 3 enemies with 1 cast. That'd be sick. And then it would have so many stats from devouring 3 enemies. You could, like, put it in first slot and have, like, you know, immediately have 700, 800 attack and a bunch of stats, and you couldn't kill it then. It would just be unkillable almost. That's how I would fix it. Devs need to listen. Listen to us. We know what you need to do. But instead, it has a 50% chance to devour 1 enemy, and the enemy has to be terrified to even have that 50% chance. You can make it a little bit better by taking away the condition that it has to be terrified. That would immediately make it slightly better. It would still be sucky, but could definitely make that better easily. It's so trash, it's easy to make better. But yeah, the vault event. Let me catch back. I gotta finish catching up in the chat though. That was a good one. You're close to affording one? Me too. Me too. On my new account. So what you do if you're close, like I think my new account has like 3,700 diamonds. So I don't have 4,000. Even with my shards. If I use, you can convert all your shards first of all. Okay, so if you're really close on diamonds to get Ironhawk, let's go to the Soul Forge. Because this is another good talking point. Because some of y'all out there might be super close. So this is why you don't want to change your shards until you're about to use your diamonds, right? So on my new account, I have like 3,400 diamonds or something. But then I have all those shards down there that I could convert to more diamonds. So I could go and do this, right? And make more diamonds with my shards on my new account. But I don't have enough. Like, I probably only have like 300 diamonds worth, maybe 400. So I'm still going to be probably like 200 or 300 diamonds short. But that's a good start. And then you could go to your dungeon and buy this offer right here. Give you a little bit more, you know, like 35. But then you do your dungeon, you get some more. So you can get at least 50 or 75 here by doing your dungeon today. And then you do your dungeon tomorrow. That's another 75. So that's 150 more. And then on Sunday you get extra. You get like at least 200. So if you do 3 dungeons and you buy both offers, you can get probably like at least 200 diamonds there. So that might be just enough for my new account, just that. But then to keep going, it's the vault event, luckily. We're lucky enough that it's the vault event while Ironhawk is in the Soul Forge, while Zarg is in the Soul Forge. So you play the vault event super hard, like harder than you've ever played it. Today, tomorrow, the next day. And then before it turns to Monday, you open your vault keys. Because your vault keys are going to have diamonds in them. And as you're getting vault keys, as you're getting verses, like you're going to get jewel gnomes too, and you're going to get diamonds that way. So all the while you're getting a bunch of vault keys, you're getting diamonds just via doing it. And then you're going to get all your vault keys, and this is the only time, you know, normally I say don't open your vault keys during a vault event. Never do that. It's horrible. You shouldn't do that. You're just wasting time. You could be getting more vault keys. There's no advantage to opening vault keys during a vault event. But right now is the one specific time where it's a good time to open vault keys, like before the vault event is over on Sunday, because the Ironhawk and Zarg are leaving on Monday. That's why. So you'd have to open your vault keys Sunday night to close the gap to get enough diamonds to either get one Ironhawk or your second or your third or whatever. I wouldn't like try to get 4,000 diamonds like that. It's more like closing the gap type of diamonds. Like you need less than 1,000. I don't even know if you could get 1,000, but you know, like my new account is a good example. I need like 300 diamonds. So I'm going to do the dungeon, I'm going to buy the offers, I'm going to do the vault super hard, and I'm probably going to get Ironhawk. So if you're within striking distance, you could still do it. If you need any more than 1,000 diamonds, like you're probably screwed. But if you need less than 1,000, you might be able to do it. You know, the closer to 1,000, the harder it's going to be. But you know, the closer to like 0, the easier it's going to be. So you can definitely do it still. Like some people might have seen Ironhawk today and they looked at their like, oh man, I only got like 3,500 diamonds. I'm so close. Well, you could still do it. You can still do it if you put in the work. If you do the dungeon, you buy the offers, and you do the vault event super hard, and then open your vault keys before Sunday's over, you could still get it. So now's the time. Go hard, get it. Get another one maybe. Maybe you got one, and maybe you had 7,000. Maybe you had 7,500 diamonds, and you got one. And you want to get the second one. Now would be the time to go so hard in the vault event and try to get those 500 diamonds to get your second Ironhawk. That'd be totally worth it, because it's going to be a while before we see him again. We have to see every single other mythic first. And then here, you know, they're going to put them all back into the pool. And then who knows when he's going to pop up again. It could be 50 weeks or something. I guess not as many now. It could be 20 weeks before you see him again or something. Could be a few months before you see Ironhawk again. So go hard and get him now if you can, basically. You guys keep saying good stuff, so I have to keep responding. FYI, got Primal Rift 500. Nice, good job. Love the Iron Hawk. It's the fastest in the game. Trey says, wrapped up at work, heading to the gym. We'll pop back in if I'm able. All right. CCR, what up? Thank you for that. Super thanks. That really helped, man. We were so close. We almost had a bad month, but then CCR and Cat at the very end of the month, like, you know, amongst everybody else. We got the usual suspects, who, but people coming out of the woodworks is what we need sometimes. Like, I don't like putting all the weight on, you know, 4 or 5 people's shoulders. So I get excited when people come out of the woodworks, but definitely shout out to those 4 or 5 people, because they really keep it going. But when somebody comes out of the woodworks, they're like, get excited, and it's probably not fair, but change the name's the only way to fix it. You need celestial trait stones? That's unfortunate. You could craft them. Try to see if you can craft some, maybe, with other jewels. No Ironhawk on Switch? That sucks. Yeah, you can craft celestials. I'm sure you probably already thought of that. Like, right here. Need to eat. That's why you don't. That's another reason you wouldn't want to, like, immediately change your shards over to diamonds. Because imagine you only need like 1 or 2 more celestials, and you could have used jewels. You could have made more jewels, like right here with shards. So you could have got more celestial trait stones. So that's a very good practice, is to not immediately change your shards over to diamonds. Like, leave them as shards. They can be diamonds whenever you want, so there's no point. But if you need celestials, you know, you could have did this. You could have got like a few hundred of each to go make a celestial or 2. How many do you need? You need only 100 of each to make a celestial, so it's not that bad. If you had some shards, you could definitely do this. Like, how many shards does it take to make 100? 500 shards. It's not even that bad, for real. 500 shards to make 100. Oh, it's to make 10. My bad. Oh, it is 5,000 shards, but that'd be one way to get celestials. Another way, you know, just doing guild events super hard, but that's not going to help you right now. I guess farming Explorer, but that would suck to farm Explorer instead of the Vault event. Celestials aren't guaranteed either. Like, they're super rare. Like, you can go to certain kingdoms to get certain color trait stones, but celestials are just like a really rare chance in any kingdom, I think. But yeah, most of the time my celestials come from like guild events. Pretty much, I think. There's almost always celestials in here. See how there's 3 right there? There's 3 celestials. You know, there's always some in each event. But that sucks. I hate when it's something weird that stops you from getting something. Like, I don't even think about it. Like, I don't think about people being short on celestials, and that's why they can't get something. But I also don't really spend celestials too much, I guess. But I guess sometimes they just, like, when you fully trade a mythic, sometimes you use celestials. Like, I don't know. I don't think about celestials too much, but that would suck to be short on celestials, and that's why. Like, the only thing you can get 3 of them through the guild event if your guild went super hard in the evasion. Like, if you guys haven't got your 13th stage done yet, you could get 3 right here. And then, hopefully, how many does it take to do Ironhawk? Like 4? $10? Dang, it takes 10. Well, you can get 3 through the guild event, and like maybe a couple through like crafting them, and hopefully that's enough. 'Cause there's like no other way that's gonna be super fast, I don't think. I don't think there's any like way to get them in the shop or anything like that, right? That kind of sucks, if that's what you're missing. Farm some gaps for jewels, yeah, could do that. Yeah, the Switch is always on like a different freaking Soulforge rotation, yeah, that sucks. I should have put freaking Ironhawk in the title, but I didn't know till I got here. Boris says, question, each hour I get the option to collect gold from kingdoms. What happens to that gold on those hours where I am offline? So the gold will stack up, but the gems don't. So I've just started. It's good thing you said that, because I haven't mentioned yet that I just started grabbing my tribute every hour. I start setting a timer. So you can go on your laptop, on your phone, just set a 1 hour timer. So go to your start menu on your computer and just type in alarm or clock or something, and there's like timer you could do. Just do a 1 hour timer and like go collect your tribute once an hour. That's for gems though. Like the gold is fine. The gold will stack up. You can collect the gold like once a day if you want. If you aren't interested in extra gems. But yeah, tribute's weird. Everything stacks up except for gems. Like I don't know if the gold stacks forever. Like I'm not sure if it stacks for weeks and weeks, but it definitely stacks over hours. So the gold, the glory, the souls, your tribute, it stacks for hours at least. It might stack for days. I'm not sure. I always take my tribute at least once a day, so I forget. But if you want more gems, which is usually what people are asking for about tribute, you need to take it once an hour, because the gems just stay there. They don't change. So if you got 20 tributes at 10 a.m., those 19 gems are just going to sit there until you collect them, and you're never going to get more. That's how the gem portion of tributes works. So, but if you take them at 10 a.m., then you're going to get more at 11 a.m. And then if you take them at 11 a.m., you're going to get more at noon. And then if you take them at noon, you're going to get more at 1. If you take them at 1, you're going to get more at 2. So the difference between taking, let's say you took 1 tribute at 10 a.m. and then 1 tribute at 5 p.m., you only get like 40 gems. Or you could take 1 at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now you got way more gems, right? You got over 100. You got like 150 gems instead. So that's a good way to stack up your gem. Like a good, easy, just log in the game once an hour for 5 seconds and collect your tribute. And you'll get more gems. Like right now I'm getting at least 30 gems an hour. And if I do that at least 10 times a day, I'm getting 300 extra gems a day. That's 2,100 extra gems a week. Alright, so Vault event. I'm sorry. Anybody that's been waiting for the Vault event, I apologize. But, yeah. Let's get into it. Let's start from this screen. So you know me, I gotta over-explain and say everything I've already said a million times. Alright, so the Vault event is the best event in the game. It's the best single-player event in the game. It's the best event in the game. There's no leaderboard. There's no shop. It's a weird event. The only way you can tell it's even going on is because you see this right here, or you see your pity key counter on this screen. Right here, Gnome Vault. Defeat 5 loot gnomes in battles to earn a vault key in this event. So that's the only way you can really tell that there's an actual event going on, and it's the Vault event. There's no shop, there's no leaderboard, nothing like that. But all it means is that gnomes are appearing more often. So they appear more often in Explore and PvP. The way I do it is Explore. You know, some people do PvP. I don't agree with it. I think it's the wrong move, but there was a strat for a minute with PvP, but people are trying to pop pet gnomes, pet gnomes, pet gnomes. That's not the way I do it. So I think that's, anyway. If you want a lot of vault keys, you do Explore 1. You do Explore 1 with your fastest team. You're trying to clear enemies and see the next batch as fast as possible. Whatever you got to do that. That's the goal of the Vault event. Kill enemies as fast as you can. Who cares if they have 1 HP? It doesn't matter. Brrr. See the next set. Brrr, see the next set. Brrr, see the next set. Brrr, see the next set. That's how you play the Vault event. As quick as possible. Because every fight, there's a chance you get a gnome. So if you don't have a gnome, you want to hurry up and kill the enemies so you can go to the next fight and see if you got a gnome. If the longer you make the fights take, the less gnomes you're going to see. The less gnomes you see, the less vault keys you're going to see, the less verses you're going to see. So you want to hurry up as fast as you can. Brr, 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 killing the enemies. So Explore 1's the weakest enemies. And use your fastest team. So kill the weakest enemies with your fastest team. That's what you do. So we need to find a kingdom where that's going to work. because sometimes, like, enemies have extra stats based on what week it is. Usually, Center Mirage or Wild Plains will work. These are the two I recommend because they work 90-something% of the time. One of these two will work, and they're in the same spot, and it's easy to remember. Center Mirage and Wild Plains. But let's see. Go to events. Oh yeah, by the way, the gameplay loop. You do Explore 1 until you get the 3 verses to craft a Nomapalooza. So you're looking for, you know, Cindy and Hoagie and Freddy and Baz. So it's like a green verse, a red verse, a blue verse, and a green verse, or whatever. You need one of each color. And then you take, you go to the Soul Forge and you craft a Nomapalooza with those 4 verses. And now you have all gnomes for 15 minutes. You go back to the same spot, Explore 1, the same kingdom, the same spot, but you just crafted a Nomapalooza. You got 15 minutes. Now every enemy's a gnome. Every enemy's a gnome for 15 minutes. And you do the easiest fights. You don't want to make the gnomes harder. You just want to kill them. You're looking for vault keys. And, like, the weakest gnome in the game has the same chance to drop a vault key as the strongest gnome in the game. It doesn't matter. And all you're looking for is vault keys. So do Explore 1 until you get the 4 colored verses. Go to the Soul Forge, craft a Nomapalooza, and then go back to the same spot with your Nomapalooza running, and now you're going to have all gnomes. So you have higher chance at getting vault keys because every enemy's a gnome now, instead of just like every once in a while. That's the gameplay loop. And, yeah, so we got to see which enemies have more stats this week. We got Week of Hellcrag. They got 10% extra skills. Because we're looking for a very specific amount of damage with Ironhawks. We're going to want to go to a kingdom where we can kill all the enemies. And they need to have 20 HP or less. Because we're doing a very specific amount of damage to do the fastest team in the game. If you don't have Ironhawks, this doesn't matter as much. So if you're doing Rowan or something, if you're leveling classes, you're getting class weapons, which is what my new account's going to do tomorrow. This part doesn't matter to you. Go to whatever kingdom you need trait stones in, equip whatever class you need the class weapon in or class experience in, and just do whatever kingdom you want, basically, if you're not doing Ironhawks. This is for Ironhawks right here, this part specifically. So Week of Hellcrag, 10% to skills. Constructs got 10% to skills. So we got to go find a kingdom where they have no constructs, and we can't go to Hellcrag. This might be hard because there's constructs everywhere. So let's see if Center Mirage has constructs. This is for the Ironhawk situation. This is why we're doing this. Like, it doesn't matter if you're doing Rowan. This part doesn't matter. So we're going to go to Troops. We're going to go to... we'll go to Wild Plains first. And we're going to see if there's any constructs in Wild Plains, which there probably is. So this might be tough to find a place... See, there's 4 constructs there, so we don't really want to be doing Wild Plains. There's 4 troops that have extra stats right now. So as we're doing fights, like, super quick, back to back to back to back to back, we're going to eventually see a Maze Guardian. We're going to eventually see a Horned Guardian. We're going to eventually see Lord of Slaughter, probably, and they're going to have more stats, and they're not going to get wiped out in one shot like we want. Let's go check Center Mirage. Hopefully Center Mirage will work. If not, we're going to have to keep looking. And it'll be that one time where it's not one of those two. Alright, Center Mirage. Damn! There's a lot of constructs in Center Mirage, so don't do Center Mirage. They're mostly well, you got War Machine, Maiden of Pain. Alright, what's our backup plan? Blackhawk used to work, but there's a reason it doesn't work anymore. I've heard of Drakzum before. Let's check Drakzum. It's like the one I've heard before. Maybe Midnight. Midnight, Drakzum. Unless you guys got one that you can shout out in the chat. Because now I gotta look. Normally, Wild Plains and Center Mirage, like 90% of the time, one of those two will work. Well, let's try Drakzum. So I've heard of that working before. This is important because we want to make sure... We're going to stay in the same kingdom the entire time. So even if this takes a little bit of time, it's worth it. Ah, man, this one has... Does like every kingdom have constructs? Alright, let's try one of the newer kingdoms. That might be the way to go. Let's try midnight, and then I'll look at the chat and see if you guys have one. Let's try midnight. Damn! It's because of these tarot cards, but we got Haunted Doll, we got Possessed Teddy. If it's only one or two, sometimes it's doable if it's only one or two. And you just gotta... Whatever's... Alright, let's see what you guys say. Is there any kingdom with, like, no constructs, y'all, that's gonna work for this? Or do I gotta keep looking? You guys know one? Alright, later, AZ. Have a good one. Thanks again, man. Alright, let's see what y'all are saying. Switch to PC. The Mythics have sucked on Switch this week. Yeah, good thing you passed. Did you understand what I said about Tribute Horth? Get them from Merchant and Angel offers. Treasure Gnomes drop them. Yep. 60 gems buys from Merchant. Yeah, anytime you see a Celestials, if you're low on Celestials, you should buy them from the Merchant. And doing Vault Event the right way will get you more Merchants. Because you're doing a lot of Explore 1 super fast, and you have more chances at Merchants. Yeah, just doing the Vault Event could get you Celestials, too. Crow's here. Yep, it's best time to be here, Crow. Starla got an Ironhawk. Congrats. Okay, good, Horth. You understand it now? So if you collect it every hour, you'll get more gems. But if you don't, your gold will just stay there until you get it. So you're not missing out on gold. But you are missing out on gems. Alright, let's keep looking, I guess. What other place... See, even some of the... Let's think about, like, newer kingdoms probably. Like, Valpakia, maybe. Is there constructs there? Like, we could just look at constructs and try to find a kingdom that... let's try Valpakia, maybe. I'm gonna look at the newer kingdoms. Except for Hellcrag. Hellcrag has a lot of... Alright, this one only has 2, and one of them's a tarot card. Which I don't know if that would pop. Oh, this is the best one I've seen so far, just 2. We could just click through all of them, like, real quick, maybe. Donna has 3. Blackhawk has 3. Blighted Lands has a bunch. Bright Forest has 3. Broken Spire has a bunch. Darkstone has none. I wonder if that's a problem. Let's try Darkstone for a bit. It has 0. I've never done Darkstone before, so there might be some other problem with it, but let's try it. Alright, where's my team? No turns for you, it's called, because the enemy never gets any turns. There it is. Alright, so this is our verse hunting team. Does a very specific amount of damage. It does 20 damage, which hopefully all the enemies have 20 or less HP. Darkstone is a magic kingdom, so hopefully they have low HP. And then once we get the 4 verses, we're going to change to our Nomapalooza team, which is just adding a Sister Superior on the end and using 2 Ironhawks. That way, because you got to cast it. You got to cast 2 things to set off the Ironhawks twice. So right here, we just need to set them off once, plus this 5 damage, and that's 20 damage. So this one's going to do 5, 5, 5, and this thing does 5. And it starts empowered. This is very, very specific. It's going to do 20 damage. Alright, let's see if this is going to work. Hey, Freddy! This is called hunting verses right here. You need verses to do the Nomapaloozas, and doing the Nomapaloozas is the best way to get the most gnomes and the most vault keys. Ooh, that guy survived. It's still okay. We'll see how often that happens. That was like a mini boss, but let's keep going. If he keeps surviving, it might want to look somewhere else, but
Like, if he's the boss every time and it happens every round. Like, there's some diamonds right there. Merchant offer. You could have bought those diamonds. If you're short. So Magnus is a jerk. But we'll see how often he pops up. So almost every kingdom will have something every once in a while. So it's not a deal breaker that Magnus survived that one fight. Just seeing if this is going to be a thing. So far so good, just the one Magnus. See how fast these fights are though? It's like cannot get faster than this. Like so we're casting one spell that's fully charged as soon as the fight starts. And all the enemies are dying. There's no way, like there's literally no way there could be a better team than this. Unless like we end up with an Iron Hawk, like a troop that does 7 damage to all enemies or something, you know? I guess they could do a Chrysanthrax to a Stellarex situation. They would make Ironhawk irrelevant by putting another troop in the game that does the same thing but just more damage. So I guess it could happen. Even if something did 6 damage. Like an artillery strike with just a little more damage. That'd be the only way to make it something better than this. Alright, so you gotta do, like, it's gonna be boring. If you're doing it right, it's gonna be boring. You're gonna be using the same team for 3 days. You're gonna be in the same kingdom for 3 days. If you're doing it right, it's very boring. But you can make it more exciting by running XP boosters, or gold boosters, or, you know, just whatever. See what kind of gnomes you're getting. Try to get weird combo. You know, there's some merchant offers to look at here and there. There's Freddy again. Hopefully I need Freddy. I don't know which one I need right now. I should probably go look. So I know to be excited or not. Getting a verse, though, is kind of like getting a deed. Like, you're going to need it anyway. So I'm just happy to get it. Alright, let's go check it out. What verse do I need so I can get more excited if I'm getting the one I need? Let's go to Gnomes. See, I'm coming in with Vault Keys again like an idiot, but, so just to take it from the very beginning, you kind of want to open all your Vault Keys before the Vault event starts. You kind of want to get your Guild event all the way done before the Vault event starts. You kind of want to get your Underspire all the way done before the Vault event starts. You want to have the least amount of things to do in these next 3 days that aren't the Vault event. So there's some preparation involved for this event. Opening all your Vault Keys just puts you to 0, so you know exactly how many you're getting, plus it makes you more motivated to get more. If you come into the Vault event with 331 Vault Keys, you're probably not going to go get 500 Vault Keys. You know what I mean? Like, if you come in with 0, though, you might go get 500. Doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me, kind of. So me coming in with 232, you know, I'm playing my new account mostly, so probably not going to get too many on this account. But even if I was only playing my main account, if I came in with 232, I'd probably get 268 or something instead of what I should be getting, just because it'd be a nice even number, and I'm going to stop there because I got 500 now. But if you come in with 0, I feel like it makes you go harder. So open them up before the Vault event so you have 0. It's easier to track and makes you go harder, I feel, anyway, for some people. What else? Getting your Guild event all the way done before Friday. That way you don't have to worry about it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's less other things to do. Your Underspire could be all the way done or as close as possible by Friday. Anything else you want to do for the week could be all the way done or close by Friday. That way you just have less things to do on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can do more Vault event. Like, there's preparation involved. And then it's like, how many verses do you have? Or how many gaps do you have? Do you have 0 or do you have 1,000,000? You know, if you have 0, you need to hunt verses quite a bit before you know, are running gaps. If you have 100 gaps, you should probably just run gaps back to back to back to back to back and cash those checks, and then you don't have to first hunt. So it depends on that one. Like me with 10, I should probably run I got 10 gaps. You've never seen me with 10 gaps before. That's me just not playing this account as much. But in this situation where I have 10 gaps, I should probably run like 5 right now before I even... There's no point of me hunting verses until I use these verses. Like, getting a whole nother set of verses does nothing for me. Except for, you know, I get to run another one later. But why not run like 5 right now at least? Maybe I would even run like 7 before I start hunting. Because, like, what if I can't run 7? And then I'm just sitting here verse hunting and getting more freaking blue verses. When I could have ran 7 straight gaps instead. And got a bunch of vault keys. So, depends where you're at with this, you know. You might have 23, 27, 10, and 0. Well, you need to go verse hunt. Yeah. Doesn't matter. You can't, like, change kingdoms to get a certain verse or change teams. Like, it's just RNG. So just keep going. Just keep killing enemies. Keep killing weak enemies as quickly as possible. You know, the gnomes, on a normal day when it's not a vault event, the gnomes pop up like once every 20 fights or something, right? When it's a vault event, they pop up like once every 4 fights. But then you have treasure gnomes, soul gnomes, jewel gnomes. Those are all the common gnomes. And those are more, like, if you're going to get a gnome, it's usually going to be one of those. So then you got to get lucky and also get like a rare gnome when you do get a gnome. So there's the Dragonite gnomes, the Cursed gnomes, the Gnomapalooza gnomes. Those are rarer gnomes. So you're going to want to see as many gnomes as possible so you can see those as well. Like, get your Dragonite and get your verses. So when you run gaps, now you have gnomes every fight, so you have a higher chance at getting, like, all the different kinds of gnomes and more vault keys. Any questions? I'm jumping all over the place, but I should be running gaps right now. But one more thing, I like to run gaps when I'm as close to 0 out of 100 on my shards. It's just a min-max, so I don't have to see a boss chest, so I don't happen to get a mimic or something when I'm in the middle of a gap. So I like to run it. So we'll do this up to 100, and then I'll run gaps. I'll run like 1 gap. I mean, I'm not trying to stream forever today, but if I was gonna keep going, I would probably run gaps back to back to back to back to back. If you got them, you know, smoke them if you got them. Don't save them up. The only people that should be saving up gaps are people that don't have 15 straight minutes to play the game. That's it. That's the only good excuse to save up a bunch of gaps. Like, you get interrupted every 5 minutes your entire life your whole life. Every 5 minutes you get interrupted. You never have a straight 15 minutes to do anything. Those are the only people that should be stacking gaps to the moon. I hate, you know me. I don't understand when people have 100 gaps and they don't run them. Oh wow, this thing survived. Which is strange. Yellow, brown, skulls, come on. I don't know, do you guys have a better kingdom? Like, I'm not too worried about it yet, but I need yellow, brown, skulls. I just don't like stuff surviving. That's annoying. I mean, it only happens... Well, wow! This guy's surviving again. Like, what is going on here? Am I still in Darkstone? Yeah, I'm still in Darkstone. Huh. You could try a different kingdom, maybe. The Darkstone's okay. I already looked at Dragzom, it has 4. Dominion Fields has 2. Come on, dummy. Dragon's Claw has 2. Drifting Sands has a few. Forest of Thorns has 3. Sylvania has 3. Glacial Peaks has 4. Some kingdoms are just never good, I think. And ooh, look, Groshnok only has 1. Could try Groshnok. Groshnok. Is Hellgate? That's like a. That's not a. a kingdom, right? Hellcraig's dumb. Grosh, knock. Grosh, knock. Keytar. Grosh, knock, Keytar. Trying to find another one with none. It's hard, though. Constructs are all over the place. Grosh, knock, Keytar. Pride Lance. Grosh, knock, Keytar, Pride Lance. This will be important, y'all. Like, even if it's boring, like, we need to find the kingdom. Whoops, that's not right. Grosh, knock, Keytar, Pride Lance. Ooh, Suncrest. Grosh, knock, Keytar, Pride Lance, Suncrest. I should probably start trying some of those out. Ooh, Sword's Edge. I think Pride Lance, Suncrest are the two I really want to try. We already did Volpacchia. I'm almost done. We're in the W's. The W's. Alright, let's try Suncrest. This is a mini boss, so this won't be a good first fight, but yeah, you could watch something while you do this. Like, if you get really good at, like, playing while you're not looking at the screen, like, you know how to hit the right buttons at the right time just based on, like, audio cues, you can really play this while you watch YouTube or watch a movie or even play a different game. Like, if you get really good at it, it's just audio cues. You just have the audio on and push the buttons, like, without looking at the screen. You could do that for sure. You can do that and do gaps. I mean, it's kind of like, if you're hunting versus, there's not as much as, like, a penalty for screwing up. So, I mean, I get it. But still, like, don't you... I mean, some people... I guess if you're at the very end of the game, you don't need anything. Like, that's always the caveat. That could be the answer for anything. Like, you know me, I'm talking more to, you know, regular players that aren't at the end game with everything. If you're at the end game with everything, you do not need advice, and you can do whatever you want. But most people shouldn't have a billion gaps. They should be running them. That'd be like having a billion treasure chests that you just you like collect treasure chests, but they all have treasure in it, and you need treasure. It's like you're a person, somebody gives you a briefcase with a bunch of money in it, and you need money, but you just collect the briefcases. That's what it would be like. I always equate it to getting like paychecks that you're not cashing. Like, you just put them on the wall in frames. You go to work, you get a paycheck, and you bring the paycheck home, and instead of cashing it, you put it in a frame on the wall and just look at it. That's what not running your gaps is. You're getting the paycheck, but you're not cashing it and getting the money. You're just collecting paychecks. But you need money. Like, some people need the money, and they still collect the paychecks and put them in frames. And it's weird to me. Those are the people I'm talking to. Like, you should not be... Break them out of the frame and freaking run them, because you need that. Quit just collecting gaps. Alright, we got one survivor here, man. That's fucking annoying. Sorry for cursing. But, hey, one's not too bad. Like, we did Darkstone until we ran into a couple. Nah, you get rid of her, get rid of her. Never do, like... Demon and Genie, you just want to be good at skipping as soon as possible. Merchant, you want to be, like, knowing what you want before it even pops up. So you're not sitting there, like, hemming and hawing about buying it or not. So I'll keep jumping around until I find... If I find a better kingdom, I'll let y'all know tomorrow. I need to play my new account, though, so I probably won't be looking around too much, honestly. I need to get on my new account and farm the Vault event. Might be my last Vault event on my new account before I get back to the main account, so I'm gonna go hard. Plus, I need Ironhawk on my new account, so I should be over there right now, playing my new account. But Suncrest looks alright, you know, Darkstone was alright too, but as long as it's just that one troop that survives every once in a while, that's fine. It's like in Darkstone we hit Magnus and Bael, which was 2. Which now it's like, maybe I can find something better. Even though that's not that bad, it's like, well, maybe you can find something better, though. Eventually you just want to stick with something and not be looking around all day, but... This doesn't happen very often, like... Freaking Center Mirage and Wild Plains almost always works, and we don't have to do this. Alright, I got a boss chest. Now I'm going to run a gap, and that'll be everything you need to see for this main account, I would think. Alright, so we're on the closest as we can get to 0. 2 out of 100. That way we don't have to deal with a mythic boss or a mimic or extra animations of opening a boss chest and getting a medal and all that. So that's the best time to run a gap. So let's put our gap team on. So this is our verse hunting team. It's not our gap team. This team will not do as well in a gap. Like the gnomes will survive and you have to cast it multiple times or whatever. So you want to have your actual gap team. Let's clear filter. We need Sister Superior. She's the best for this. And then we're going to save this team so we don't have to do this again. I'm going to copy it. That way I don't have to do that again. Let's make sure I have the right medals on. That's a mistake you can make. If you have Orpheus or Anu medals on while you're trying to like go fast and do a gap or hunt versus, like it adds a little extra animation to every single fight and will slow you down. I think some people out there, you might have an Anu on or an Orpheus on, it's slowing you down. So make sure you don't do that. It's another little min-max you can do. Just put on Nisha or Seasons or something. Because with the Orpheus and the Anu, it puts up like, it says like, Medal of Orpheus, and it like says it on every troop, and it wastes time. And it does it every single fight. And we're trying to do as many fights as we can as fast as possible, back to back to back to back, like every 6 seconds. So if you have that stupid message popping up every 6 seconds, it's like your game is laggy. That's how it feels if you have the wrong medals on it. It makes your game feel laggy. Instead of just jumping from fight to fight to fight to fight to fight. So we got our right team on. We go to the Soul Forge, and this is where you would craft your gap. Oops, I always do that. It's better to go down from the top than up from the bottom. And I got 10 of them, so I really need to run some. But that's what I was saying earlier, like, the goal isn't to stack a bunch of gaps up. The goal is to run the gaps, get a bunch of vault keys, and then open the vault keys. But, you know? But there are people that make excuses, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. You know what I mean? But literally, if somebody bugs you every 5 minutes, like, I don't even know, I might jump off a cliff. Like, if that was literally true. You don't have 15 minutes that you can play the game for 15 minutes straight without getting bothered. Like, this game might not be for you then, like, literally. So, people that are stacking gaps to the moon, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. You're collecting paychecks and putting them in frames. You got a briefcase full of money, you need money real bad, and you're just collecting briefcases and not opening the briefcase and getting the money out. It's strange to me, but even if you're watching something, if you're watching YouTube or a movie or something, like, pause your movie, you know? Freaking do your gaps, bro. Like, what are you doing? But once again, if you're high level and have everything in the game, like, none of the advice I give you is gonna change what you're doing. So don't let it change what you're doing if you're super in game. But super in game is like level 2000 with 15 plus kingdoms 2030'd. So don't think you're in game when you're not either. All right. So let's run it. So it's gonna start a 15-minute timer. It's gonna start different music. You'll know when it's over based on the music changing. You should set a timer for 15 minutes because all the gnomes loot is throttled. It's only 10% of what it normally would be because you're getting gnomes every single fight back to back to back to back to back. And you're like, well, why would you do it then? Like, why are you doing it if it's only 10%? Well, because vault keys aren't throttled. Vault keys still drop as much as they're supposed to be dropping. That's why it's the whole point is getting vault keys, because they're not throttled. It's not about the gold or the souls or the jewels or anything else. It's about the vault keys. They throttled everything else to 10%. The vault keys are not throttled. The gnomes still drop them just as much as they used to. So the whole point is to get vault keys here. I mean, it's nice to get all the other stuff too, but, you know, get your gaps, get your verses, run your freaking gaps, get those vault keys. That's the whole point. And then you open the vault keys after the vault event, not during. Except for in this very specific situation where there's an Iron Hawk in the Soul Forge and a, you know, this weekend maybe you can open your vault keys if you need less than 1,000 diamonds for your Iron Hawk. Alright, let's go. So the timer, what I was saying was, so at the end of the timer, the gnome's loot goes back to normal. Instead of 10%, it's back to 100%. So you could keep track of how long, like where you're at. Like, okay, I'm on minute 14, I'm on minute 13. It's about to end in 1 minute. Ooh, there's a Dragonite gnome in this fight. Maybe I don't kill it, and I wait till the music ends. And now I get a 100% drop from that Dragonite gnome instead of 10% drop. Like, that's one strat you can do to get extra Dragonite. You know, you're sacrificing a few vault keys for that, though, so you don't want to do it, like, you don't want to do, like, 4 minutes. But you could do the last minute. Depends how badly you need Dragonite. I'd say never do more than 2 minutes, though. Like, that's crazy. I think 1 minute's what I would do. 1 minute or less. If you see a Dragonite gnome in the last minute of your Gnomapalooza, feel free to, like, let it sit there and don't kill it. Let the music end, and then kill it and get the full drop. But otherwise, I feel like you should just keep going and get the vault keys. Don't let a Dragonite gnome sit there for 7 minutes, because now you just wasted a gap. All right, here we go. 15 minutes on the clock. See it right there? Hopefully you set it on your phone too. I didn't because I don't need Dragonite. Let's see if Suncrest works for gaps. Now you just go as fast as possible. I'm preloading inputs. I'm not going to get distracted by anything. I want to get as many vault keys as I can. I'm jamming on the X button. Preloading right here. Like, don't get... If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's no big deal. It's just a min-max. I don't know anybody. Look at this loading. Like, that's annoying. I only think I know of, like, one person that understood what I mean by preloading inputs or tried to do it or whatever. It helps, like, a little bit. It's, like, makes every fight slightly faster. Instead of pressing buttons, you're just letting go of buttons. That's the difference. So if you want to learn, I always like to explain it because, I don't know, just something to talk about. But it is a super min-max, kind of like... It's a lot of, like, little min-maxes, but it adds up. Like, if you do everything, you don't have the wrong metals equipped, you know exactly what you're going to get from the merchant when it pops up, you're skipping... Like, that's for hunting versus, obviously. There's no merchants during a gap, but you know what I mean. Don't have the wrong metal on, you're in a good kingdom, you're not using greed instead of Sister Superior or something, you're preloading inputs, if you do everything, like, it adds up. You'll notice a difference. You'll see, oh, last time I didn't do that, this time I did, and I got 50 more vault keys this time. Like, just being on PS5 instead of PS4 is, like, a huge advantage. I used to struggle to get 25 vault keys per gap, but now I get them easily. I get 30. And that's just a hardware change. But yeah, just to over-explain the preloading inputs thing. Let me wait till I'm doing it. So on the loading screen right here, I'm holding in L1 and X. And then when she pops up, I'm letting go. And that counts as pressing it, pretty much. You already pressed it. I'm pressing it right now instead of in the fight. And it counts. So I just have to let go here instead of pressing it. I do have to press the Dust Devil every time. I can't do anything about that, but I can preload the Sister Superior so she pops up immediately as soon as she's able to. Instead of, like, trying to guess when she's able to be... You know, you're not... Instead of guessing, it's just popping up right when it... Immediately. And you only have to let go of the buttons instead of pressing them. And then as soon as you see her face, her beautiful face on the screen, that's when you let go. And you can play a little game with yourself, just let go of that button type of game. Like you're sitting at the tree and you're about to do a burnout. You know what I mean? You're sitting at the tree, you're about to do a burnout. You're going to let go of that button. It's funner that way. So learn how to preload inputs, it makes it funner. Treat it like a drag race then. Letting go of that button. Bang! Treat him! Laid down the pimp juice, did a burnout. Walked him like a dog. I'm gonna tree him again, ready? Boom! He was sleeping at the light. See, it's fun. You can make it fun. Preload. As soon as her face is on the screen, let go. Boom, bang, dead. This is how you get like 30-something instead of 20. So you could be using the same exact team as me, but maybe you're in the wrong kingdom, maybe you got an Orpheus or an Anu on, maybe you're not preloading inputs. And I'll get more vault keys than you. But all I want to see is people. First thing you can do is not chase every pet you see. Like, that'd be an easy fix. 'Cause I don't do that either. So while you're doing a pet, I'm still sitting here doing this. Imagine like let's say it's me versus somebody else, and we're like seeing who can get the most vault keys. Who would you bet on? Would you bet on me? Or would you bet on the guy going after every pet every time it pops up? They're not preloading inputs. They got a Orpheus on. They're using Greed instead of Sister Superior. They're just jumping around to different kingdoms. Who would you bet on to get more vault keys, me or that person? It's like literally, if you had to. If you had like, it's your last $100. You need to win this bet. Or like, whatever, gun to your head, you gotta win the bet, or else. Like, who do you think's gonna get more vault keys? The guy only doing the vault event and never stopping to do pets? The guy who's preloading instead of pressing, they can just let go? The guy who's not having a little explosion at the start of every fight with Greed or Kafru or something? The guy that's not jumping around to different kingdoms? Or the... Who's going to win? Who's going to get more vault keys? The person locked in the same kingdom that never leaves, that doing this? Or somebody that's leaving, doing a pet, getting Harpy Mage's Dingleberry pet, one copy of it, and then they're going to a different kingdom, and they're using Greed because they get an extra 20 gold here and there. But there's an explosion every fight that takes time. They didn't take the time to check their medals, so they got like an Anu on. I'll bet on me every time. That's what I would. But it's also a time thing. Like, they get out... If they play the game for 5 hours and I only play the game for 3 hours, like, they could get more vault keys than me. So, you gotta ask those questions. You never know. A person out there could be giving tips about the vault event, and they could be getting more than me, but they could also be playing 10 hours a day while I'm only playing 1 hour a day, or 2 or 3. And they're only getting more than me because they're spending so much time on it. They could get way more if they would do it my way for their 10 hours. So it's never about... It's about how much you're getting per gap, really. and how quickly you can replenish your gaps. It's not about total vault keys, because somebody could sit here all weekend and just run gaps that they saved up, and they could get 1,000 vault keys that way, no matter how they do it. They could play for 12 hours a day and already have all the gaps, and just run gaps for 12 hours a day for 3 days, and they would get more than me, even if they're playing wrong. But it's like how many you get per gap, and how quickly you can replenish a verse, and stuff like that. Look at this crap, dude. I was clicking X for a minute there, and it still wasn't so laggy. Look at that lag. I hate lag during a vault event. That's like so annoying. What's that? That's like, what's that like? It's like a, I don't know. About, I don't know. I can't think of anything that's not a dirty metaphor. I don't feel like saying dirty sex metaphors today. What's it? What? Make a metaphor for me. I'll put it in a chat GPT. We should do that. Please make a metaphor for lag during the vault event. Tell me something that I could say that would make it clear as to how that feels. To be having lag during the vault event is similar to... Go! In the chat. You got this. Mine are all sexual. It'd be like you have your favorite dinner, but you have a toothache. That's how it would be. It's your favorite food ever. All of a sudden, you don't get to ever eat it. All of a sudden, you have an opportunity to go to your favorite restaurant. You never get to go. It's just never open. You never have the money. Like, nobody else ever wants to go. And then all of a sudden, it's open. You have the money. Somebody's asking you to go. And you're like, I can't, man. I got a toothache. You still go, but you got, like... So we're doing the vault event with lag. That's like eating at your favorite restaurant with a toothache. That's how it is. You guys come up with another one. I'm pretty good at those, aren't I? It's like, it still tastes good, it's still good, you're probably still eating it, and you still, like, it's good, but I wish I didn't have this lag. It's like you win a gold medal in the Olympics, but you poop your pants on TV. It's like, I won! This game is like pooping its pants right now. Guess that's not exactly the same. It's almost one. I think the dinner restaurant one was better. You're still like doing something good, but it's like something's making it not as good. That's what lag is during a vault event. Something like that. Go to the favorite thing to do in the world is go to the theme park, the amusement park, but you're too short to ride any of the cool rides. Are they closed? Like, most of them are closed. You go there and you can only play the games where they rip you off, and you can't ride any cool roller coasters. It's a vault event with lag. Yourself, it's even like, that's not even like a good perfect either, because the vault event, you're supposed to be going super fast. It's the best event in the game, and you're supposed to be trying to go super fast. So lag during that, slowing you down while you're trying to do the best event in the game, is annoying. And I almost feel like they do it on purpose. You know what I mean? We need a really good metaphor for that to explain it to people. So I still don't have a perfect one. It's like the speed that you're trying to go super fast. It's super valuable. And it's the best in the game. And then here we go with freaking lag, which slows you down and makes you get less. And it's the most annoying thing that can happen. It's not that laggy right now, but here and there. Like, it usually gets better, by the way. Like, I feel like on Fridays, there's the worst lag, and then Saturday, Sunday. So don't let it, like, if you're having some lag today, don't let it ruin the whole weekend for you. Like, I feel like it gets better as the weekend goes. Like, everybody's on the game right now, getting the new Mythic and doing the Vault event. But then as we get to Saturday and Sunday, like, not as many people are, I don't know, or the servers just even out. I don't know. Something happens. It's usually, this happens every single Vault event, I swear. It's like Friday is laggy, and then it gets better Saturday and Sunday. It's hard to read the chat while I'm doing this, because I'm focusing 100% on the game, but I'm going to try here in a sec during the loading bars. You crafted 8 trait stones to get 1 Ironhawk. That's awesome. I think I already read that. Listen to music or a podcast. That makes it more fun for sure. That's what I do. I don't think anybody just sits here and plays the game. I got my PS5, and then I have my laptop to my right. I got my phone right there. I could easily listen to something. Verse hunting is boring, but lucrative. I sometimes do Explore too, just for the extra seals. You know, it's slowing you down, but okay. I mean, I don't, you know, whatever. Explore 2. Some people can do Explore 2, especially with Rowan. So, oops, I pushed the wrong button. I never do that. Especially with Rowan, that's not bad. It's not bad to do Explore 2. I'm always thinking about Ironhawk, and you probably don't have Ironhawks, Crow, so you're probably using Rowan, so that's fine. Explore 1 is like the easy, like, hey, do Explore 1 and do it in this kingdom, and you can't go wrong, and it'll be as fast as possible. But if your Rowan clears Explore 2 every single time, no matter what, and it's similar to just doing Explore 1, it's no different, literally no different to doing Explore 1, then I guess why not, but... Alright, Dragonite Gnome. It's definitely much better and much more consistent to do Explore 1, just for a few reasons, but as long as Explore 2 is it's twinning them. You know, as long as it's exactly the same, that's fine. I just feel like the more you up it, the difficulty, the more like you're gonna get the random things surviving more often here and there. But with Rowan, that doesn't really matter because Rowan does so much damage. It doesn't even matter. That's why you can go to any kingdom you want too with Rowan. You can go to any kingdom you want with Rowan, and you could do Explore 2 if you wanted to. My main goal is always just getting vault keys though, so I don't really care about. Like, I'm going to do so much Vault that I'm going to get max seals, whether I do Explore 1 or 2 or what. Like, I don't care about trophies. Like, the difference between 1 and 2, like, doesn't make me want to do 2. Is my, Nomapalooza over? I think it is. I don't hear the music. Still just going. Yeah, it's over. Let's see how many Vault keys I got. I didn't really pay attention to how many I had, but, usually I get... You can tell. See, this pops up. I hate, you know, extra button press. I'm trying to go fast, do the Vault event, and people are popping pets. They just don't get it. They think they're supposed to be doing that. It's such a annoying, it's never going to fix either. People are never going to listen. They're just going to keep doing it. And I don't know. It's like this hive mind, but they're wrong. So it is what it is. I can never fix it. I'm never going to be able to fix the pet thing. People are just going to keep doing it. Even if 29 people stop doing it, there's still going to be that one a-hole doing it. So it doesn't even really matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you don't go, you know. I mean, here and there is fine if you don't have the pet, but you're just collecting one copy of a pet. If you already have it, like, who cares? Why are you going and stopping the vault event to go get that one copy? Do you not understand? Like, I'm sure it's clicked in some people's heads by now, but you know how many minion orbs you're gonna get later, and like how long it takes to collect pets through pet rescues to ascend them and stuff like that? There's other stuff, but you can do pets 27 other days of the freaking month. Like, why are we making it our main goal during a vault event? That's weird. I don't get it. That's strange. I'm trying to think of a metaphor for that. And once again, they're all sexual. But your main goal, you have a weird goal for something. Like you wanna win the lottery because you like the smell of money or something. Like you don't need the money, you don't want to spend the money, you just like the smell of it. That's why you wanna have a bunch of money because it smells good. You're playing the vault event to do pets. You're trying to win. You're gonna try to win the lottery because money smells good. You're taking a dump because you like to look at turds. Not just because you have to go and you want to get it out of your body. Like, you just love to look at turds. That's why you're taking a dump. Playing the vault event for pets. Are you kidding me? You're going to work to have fun. Not to make money. You're going to have fun. You love getting told what to do. You love licking the toilet clean. That's why you go to work, right? It's not to make money. I love going to work to lick toilets and get told what to do. And I don't get to do what I want, but I go there and they tell me to lick the toilet clean, and it's my favorite. I love getting told what to do and not being able to do what I want to do, so that's why I like to go to work. It's not to make money. You don't go to work to make money. You go to work so you can lick a toilet clean and be told what to do all day. That's why. It's like people getting like the whole point of something wrong by doing pets every time for the whole time, doing PvP and getting pets. You're missing the whole point of doing the event. Most people, of course, there's always the caveat of the end-game player that's going to say, well, buddy, that's all I need is pets. Or, it only takes a second to go get the one copy I'm missing. Like, people always make excuses to be focusing on the completely wrong thing during the vault event. Like, they're focusing on it. They're worried about pets almost more than vault keys, it seems like, and gaps. Like, they can't wait to tell everybody which pet they popped this time. It's weird to me. That's like, you're missing the whole point of the event. And then it's only for the people that, like, are missing. Like, if you have everything in the game and all you need is pets, then by all means. Or if you're not complaining about missing certain things, then by all means, play the game however you want. Sit on the toilet backwards. Use the back of a toilet as a table. Keep your goldfish in it. Wash your feet while you're taking a dump in the bathtub. Whatever you want to do. It's a game. But don't complain about missing anything, ever. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to complain about anything if you're going to play the game like that. Because you're choosing to play it like that. And that's why you don't have whatever you don't have. It's your own fault. So stop complaining. Keep getting your pets and keep not having Zul'Goth and Maelstrom Dagonath and Chrysantherax and Wanda Stars and Ruby Weapon, and keep not having that. Make sure you get all those little stupid pets. You're not allowed to complain about not having all the rest of the stuff in the game, though. Because that's what the Vault event is for, is to get everything else in the game. So while you're stopping to go do that, and making sure it pops up on everybody's freaking screen so they have to push an extra button, make sure you keep going and getting those pets. I'm sure it'll help you one day when you're missing everything else. That's the people that I'm talking to. The people missing Maelstrom Dagonath and Zul'Goth and Chrysantherax they don't have yet. They don't have Stellarix. They don't have Wanda Stars. They barely have any Kingdoms 2030'd. They never do the Underspire. They don't have any of their epic trials done. But they're sitting here and, like, going hard at pets during a Vault event. Like, you're missing the whole point of the whole game, and nobody's ever gonna be able to convince you otherwise. Somebody already brainwashed you into doing freaking pets. So, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be able to change your mind. So, you keep doing that, and make sure you go to the forums and complain about how you don't have Chrysantherax because you got a bunch of duplicates, or you don't have Maelstrom Dagonath because it's hard to get power orbs or whatever. Go complain, but just know it's your own fault, and that's why you don't have that stuff. It's your own fault. Oh, how many pity keys did I get? You know what is like, think about how many you get, or how many someone else would get, or whatever. You know, pity keys is a good indicator of how, like, without like knowing exactly how many vault keys I got, because I already had some. Pity keys on your first one. Have you guys ever got 10 vault keys on your first gap? Like 10 pity keys. And I'm not talking about just the vault key, like from in the mail. Like I get 10. 10 in the mail on my first gap. That's how fast. That's like, this is the best, the fastest. I got 10 pity keys. I used to get like 7, 6. I'm gonna start saying 7, 6 instead of 6, 7. You know, I'm tired of that. Everybody start saying 7, 6 instead. Like if you actually want to say 6 and 7, just say 7 and 6. That's what I'm gonna do. So I get 7 or 6. I used to get 7 or 6. You know, vault keys. Now I get 10. 10 on my first one. That's like the max. I don't think you can get 11. I got 10 vault keys from just sent in the mail for killing so many gnomes during that gap. Normally you would get at least a couple less, but that was about as fast as you can go right there. And if I can remember how many I had, it was like 232 or something. I don't know. I got 272. I had 0 epics, right? Maybe 1. So I got like 3 or 4 or 5 epics. And I got 35 or so. I got like 40 vault keys, I think. You guys can go back. Like, it's been recorded. It's on. If you want to see like how many I had when I started. I feel like it was like 230. Something like that. Maybe it was. I feel like I'm not a good at. I have bad memory, but I feel like it was like 231, 232, something like that. And now I have 272. So I got something like 40 vault keys there on that one gap. Maybe 30, maybe 30 or 40, whatever. Somewhere in the middle. If I want to play conservative, I'd say I got like 35 there. But it's about 30 or 40 vault keys off that gap right there. It's pretty sick. But that's everything for today. We talked about the new Mythic and how it sucks and they could have made it way better. We talked about how they could have made it better. If it just hit multiple enemies and had a chance to devour multiple enemies, that'd have been cool. That'd be a cool troop that I would actually want to use. But the way it is right now, it's kind of Duke. I would not recommend it. It's only a 50% chance, and they have to be terrified. And then if it misses, all it did was weak physical damage to one enemy. And even if it hits, who cares? For real, like, one enemy got devoured, and they hit it and then they devoured it, so it even has less stats after they do it. But it is a way to put terror gems on the board. I think that's what they were thinking when they made that Mythic. First of all, they're lazy. And they just do the same troops, same kind of troops back to back to back to back to back, and they make them from a different kingdom or a different typing or whatever. They do the same kind of mechanic, Bothros and Voidjaw and this one and blah blah blah. They're doing that right now because they're lazy. But you know, it's a way to put terror gems on the board at the start of every turn, I guess, if you were looking for that. It's kind of like Mandragora with the web, like who asked for this? But if you can find a troop that needs a bunch of terror gems on the board, then, you know, maybe it's useful for that. We'll see. But it's never going to be the star of the show. It's kind of sucky. I don't like it. I don't recommend it. Way better ways to instant kill, way better ways to devour. You can terror every enemy on the enemy team. You can terror every enemy with Haunted Doll. You don't need... It's not for terror. The only thing I can think of that it's for is to put terror gems onto the board. That's it. It's not to terror. It's not to devour. It's not to do damage. It definitely doesn't mana generate. It's the literally only thing it's for is to put terror gems on the board. It looks like to me that's what it's supposed to be for. But who was asking for that? I don't know. Terror gems are cool, I guess, but I wasn't asking for it, really. If I want a terror, I'll just cast Haunted Doll or Essence of Evil or something like that. I'm not going to go in a roundabout way put terror gems on the board with a Mythic that sucks. But, yeah, maybe something boosts off of terror gems and it has to have specifically terror gems. Like, but I don't know. It's only 2 at the start of every turn, too. It's not like a bunch or anything. If it's a terror gem storm, that'd be cool. If it hit multiple enemies and had a chance to 50% chance to devour multiple enemies if they were terrified, that'd be cool. If it had an extra turn, that'd be cool. If it maybe is true damage or something, that'd be cool. It could have been cool, but it's not. So that's the new Mythic. I would say skip it if you are, if you need the advice whether or not to skip it, skip it. If you're just getting it every time because you're in-game player, just get it. That's what's up. And then the Soul Forge is awesome. Freaking Ironhawk, Zarg. Try to get them before Sunday's over with via the Vault event. This is the one time I would say you can open Vault keys during a Vault event if you need to close the gap on diamonds or something, or Celestials or whatever it may be that you need for Ironhawk. Get that Ironhawk. Get at least one. Try to get two. Ultimate goal, get three. Same thing with Zarg, but not as important. You want Zarg as well, but get Ironhawk first. They're both really good. Soulforge is awesome. Mythic is not. Vault event is always awesome. Go super hard. Don't be chasing pets unless you're that very specific person. Or, here and there. Everything's alright in moderation. You know what I mean? If you see one pet that you've been looking for, yeah, go get it, whatever. I'm being I exaggerate a little bit, but there's 27 other days to chase pets. There's a million other ways to get pets. There's minion orbs all over the place in this game now. There's guaranteed minion orbs too. There's major minion orbs all over. You only need 3 or 4 pets for each kingdom. The pets aren't doing exactly what you think they're doing anyway. You're not getting all kinds of bonuses for every single team. That's not how it works. So there's plenty of reasons why you should not be popping a message up on everybody in your guild's screen while they're trying to do the Vault event for the entire weekend. And there's plenty of reasons why you shouldn't be going and getting one copy, remember, of every single pet that pops up every single time during the Vault event. I feel like that's the opposite of what you should be doing right now. You should be getting Vault keys, getting verses, not going and getting one copy of a pet. Especially if you already have it. That'd be really stupid. But anyway, that's really stupid. That's really, really, really stupid. If you already have the pet and you stop your Vault event to go do a pet rescue for a pet you already have, I think that is dumb. I don't think there's any exception. I think that's stupid. I think that's really dumb. I think that's really, really stupid. So I hope you're not doing that. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot to get about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. Let's catch up in the chat. Let's say goodbye. Yeah, watch a movie, listen to a podcast. Verse hunting's boring. You can make it more exciting, though, sometimes. CCR says there's always one gnome who hides more than the other. I know. It always happens. Starla says, I don't have the top troop weapon you have for your verse hunting team. What else can I use? You don't have that's crazy, because it's like a very low rarity troop. You don't have Dust Devil? You have Ironhawk, but not Dust Devil? That's crazy. I've never heard that before. Are you sure you don't have it? You're talking about Dust Devil? It's like a rare. You should have it. Like, maybe you got the wrong filter in or something in your troop menu or something like that. Like, you should have Dust Devil. If you have Ironhawk, you should definitely have Dust Devil. But I guess what would somebody do if you need Dust Devil? It doesn't work without Dust Devil, because Dust Devil does 5 damage. And starts empowered. So you can't do the Ironhawk team without Dust Devil. I don't understand how you somehow didn't get Dust Devil. That's more rare than... That's like harder to do than getting Ironhawk. Is to not get Dust Devil. Like, it's not very high rarity. And to dodge it that many times all this time and have Ironhawk is kind of... That's more nuts than not having... I think not having Dust Devil is harder to do than getting Ironhawk. Like, I don't know how that happened to you. That's pretty crazy. Just double check, because I swear you should have it. Man, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. What the hell am I doing? Groshnock has a summoner. Okay. I need to get out of here, y'all. What am I doing? 2.5 hours? I'm a nut. Let me catch up in the chat, though. You guys deserve it for sure. I want to see what y'all said. I gotta find my spot, though. Dang it. I lost my spot. Happy New Year, Crow. Groshnock has a summoner. Tyrion says I have 100 gaps and way more vault keys than Cindy. Easy peasy. The only people who should have 50 to 100 gaps saved are the ones who farmed 300 vault keys with ease each vault weekend. Yeah, you like pretty much literally don't need vault keys if you're saving up your gaps. So I just assume that you just don't need vault keys, Tyrion, which is might be true. Horth says no berry analogy, right? Sore ass banner. That's funny. Yeah, you're the exception, Tyrion. Like, you're the one that's the high level player that shouldn't be listening because you're already doing it the way you're doing it, and you don't need the advice because you already have everything in the game. So why would you want to? Yeah, let YouTube run. Put on some Cine. Crow says I need Tesla on my new account. I have 8k diamonds. Should I wait for Tesla? Nah, get 2 Ironhawks because it'll get you more diamonds faster. Like, it's better to get the 2 Ironhawks. I would say get them, 100% get them. Don't wait for Tesla. You can get Tesla via just keys or event keys, or you can get 800 diamonds pretty quick. You can get 800 back pretty quick, especially when now that you're going to have 2 Ironhawks. Like, get the 2 Ironhawks, Crow. Like having a Ferrari, but having to yabba dabba do it. Yeah. Yeah, get the Ironhawks for sure. No engine, so you gotta use your feet. Pets are distractions, yep. Scratch tickets, maybe. You just like scratching them. You don't care if you win or not. That's like playing the vault event to get pets. You get the scratcher, you scratch it, you don't care if you won, you just throw it away. You just love to scratch stuff. Crow says, I hesitate to get Ironhawk because I prefer Tesla for opening keys. But the Ironhawk will get you the keys, you know? You gotta get the keys before you can open them. The best thing I did on main account was finish maxing every pet so I could ignore every pet rescue ever. That must be nice. Yeah, 2 Ironhawks the way to go, Crow. You gotta just trust us. Especially if you're using it and you're doing the vault event. I mean, if you just get the Ironhawks and look at them and don't use them, then yeah, Tesla would be better. But if you actually get the Ironhawks and use them for the vault event, then you're going to thank us later. Because you're going to replenish those diamonds way faster than you would have with Tesla or without Ironhawks. Like, Ironhawk's like twice as fast as Rowan. Like, Rowan, you're getting 15 vault keys, maybe 20 if you're super fast. You just watched me get 40. You know, normally I'll get like 30. You know, that was a lot of pity keys, but you know, I'm getting 30 every time while with Rowan on my new account, I'm getting 15, 16, 17, 18. So you get like almost twice as many, get at least 50% more vault keys. So if you're getting 100 vault keys with Rowan, you're going to get 150 with Ironhawk. If you're getting 200 with Rowan, you're going to get 300 with Ironhawk. Like, and then all those extra vault keys might have diamonds in there, gold, gems, everything else you need. Can you use the ruby weapon? He said, can you still use the term ruby weapon now since there are 2 of them? What's the ruby weapon otherwise? Are you talking about like the troop? Or is there a weapon called Ruby Weapon now? Did they really do that? Is there 2 weapons called Ruby Weapon? I still... Yeah, maybe I have to change it. Everybody knows what you're talking about, though, when you say Ruby Weapon. Oh, like maybe Ruby Gravestone? They think I'm talking about that? Ruby Biter? That'd be like you're talking about... You say Donald Trump, but there's like a guy out there that's also named Donald Trump. Like, can you really say Donald Trump? Yeah, you can still say it because like people know what you're talking about. Even though somebody out there's probably also called Donald Trump. It's like when your name is like John Travolta. And everybody's like, hey, did you see the new John Travolta movie? They don't mean like the guy you work with at the gas station. And that doesn't mean the guy at the gas station, John Travolta, isn't. You're not talking about his movie. Like, we're obviously talking about the famous John Travolta that is in the movies when we say, did you see that John Travolta movie? We're not talking about the guy at the gas station that you work with, whose name is also John Travolta. So, Yeah, I guess I can still call it the ruby weapon, you know? If you think it's one of these, then you just... Oh, no. You should say, why are you using ruby gravestone for that? Oh, no. Usually when I'm saying the ruby weapon, I'm actually using the weapon, so you see that it's called the red macaque or whatever. I could call it my red cock. I just think that's way worse. I'd rather call it the ruby weapon. But good question, good question. Even if Tesla and the Soulforge Monday, you have all this weekend, yeah, you can just get them back. I swear, you're going to get them back. You should get the Ironhawks, because they're there now, and it's the best troop in the game. Like, you got, and it's literally the troop that helps you replenish all your resources, so I'm not even a doubt in my mind you should get 2 Ironhawks instead of Tesla. You're going to be able to get Tesla still. You're going to be able to get both. If you get Ironhawks, you can get both. If you skip Ironhawks and just get Tesla, you're not getting both. If you get 2 Ironhawks, you're getting both. You might as well say you have Tesla too. But if you skip the Ironhawks, you're not getting Ironhawks. You're just getting Tesla whenever it pops up. If you get the 2 Ironhawks, you're getting both. That's pretty much how it is. So you're passing on getting both by not getting the Ironhawks, pretty much. 231 and 1 epic, okay. So it still stands that I got, 40 vault keys there. Forge them in the forge from shards. Vault keys have 2 chances at treasure gnome drop plus the Cedric drop. Event key epics have 2 chances at treasure gnome and 1 chance at King Cedric. Third trait. The best thing about new mythic is upgrade fodder for Midnight Kingdom. Yeah. It's almost always like if there's a crappy mythic, hey, it's another mythic from this kingdom, Alright, y'all. Yeah, if you don't have Dust Devil, that's crazy to me. You're gonna get it, though. Like, if you don't have it, it's not hard to get. So, I would love to have the problem that I have 2 or 3 Ironhawks, but I don't have Dust Devil, because that's a way easier problem to solve than not having the Ironhawks, Like, you can get that Dust Devil pretty easily, like, just opening gold keys. Like, the lowest rarity, crappiest key in the game, Dust Devil comes out of that. And then it comes out of every other key, too. Ironhawk does not come out of gold keys. And there's so many mythics that it's hard to get in any other key, too. So, Dust Devil, though, if I didn't have Dust Devil, I would probably use event keys on, Drifting Sands or whatever kingdom it's from. Next time it comes around, I guess, just to secure it. But I swear you should just get it from gold keys or glory keys or something. It's just a regular low rarity troop. Yeah, do it as hard as you can, on the hardest setting you can, Crow. Like, my baby new account is doing it on the hardest setting, so it's not that bad. I'm opening vault keys on the hardest setting. I think I'm using, like, Queen Beatrix for it. It's fine. It's not too bad. But, yeah, like, your first vault key in your life, like, baby's first vault key, you might not do the hardest setting, but pretty quickly you put it on the hardest setting. Yeah. I think gold chests have rare troops, too. It has common and rare. So, Dust Devil's a rare troop. You can get Dust Devil from gold keys. Cynical's never wrong, guys. But anyway, I'll see y'all. Have a good one. Thank you so much, AZ and Trey, for the train business today. Keeping those lights on, those doors open. Thank you so much, everybody. Like, we made it to 8.5K subs by the end of the year. That was our goal. We made it, like, easily. That was great. And, yeah, last month was decent. Like, it ended up decent. We went down to the wire. You guys like to make me sweat. But, we ended up closing the gap in the last, 3 days of the month. And we, got a regular amount, our bare minimum. We met our bare minimum. I'm not going to oversell it and say it was crazy, but we met our bare minimum, so that's all I'm asking for. So we did it. Good job. We live another month. And yeah, you guys are awesome. No problem. Yeah, summoning stones, maybe keep an eye out on the summoning stones. I just can't believe that Starla doesn't have Dust Devil, but they have Ironhawks. Like, that's crazy.
That's just crazy that that happened. Like, that RNG happened. That's nuts. But anyway, I'll see y'all. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me today. Tyrion, Crow, Chad, the Clip Bomb, Starla, CCTW. We got Juan, we got Chad, we got Tyrion, we got Mr. Z, Yoke the Ham, Crow, Tyrion, Mr. Z, CCR, got Horth in the house, Corey in the house, Starla, CCR, Yoke, Horth, Crow, AZ Ragden, CCR, Horth. Odd one out's there. Sorry if I didn't see ya. You said like one thing there in the middle. I might have missed it. I was doing a gap or something. But shout out to Odd One Out. Odd One Out was here. Starla, CCR, AZ, CCTW, Beg for Mercy. Trey's Gifted went to Corpius, by the way, today. Daniel Lucas was here. Got JM Ricks, we got Beg, Yoke, AZ Ragden, CC, Starla, Funky Town, Texas was first, Daniel Lucas was second, JM Ricks was third. Top fan, so YouTube loves these people, like, want to make out with them, want to pull down their pants. AZ Ragden was number 1 with 650 experience. Tyrion Shark was number 2 with 225 experience. And then Chad and Crow tied for third. It's a big old four-way. A big old makeout sesh. Just kidding. It's funny, right? Alright, I'll see y'all. Have a good one. You're the best. I'll see you tomorrow for the new account. If you want to see what a new account would do during a vault event. Like somebody was talking earlier. I don't know who it was, sorry. But tomorrow I'm going to be on my new account. Which is getting towards like the early mid-game now. But it's our third vault event. So it's a whole playlist. You could go back and watch my first vault event, my second vault event. Now we're on our third vault event. So yeah, but that'll be much more like relatable than this was today. I'll be using Rowan. I'll be getting class weapons. I'll be going to different kingdoms and stuff like that. So you get to see how a new baby account, kind of, early game, late early game account would be handling the vault event. Which I still get, 100 vault keys plus or whatever. I'm going to try for more this time. I think I forget, the most I've ever got on the new account's like 120-ish. So let's try to get like 150 this weekend maybe on the new account. Because I don't know that I'm any faster, but I might be a little faster. It's like the same team again, but, maybe more motivation or something. I should be a little bit faster, I guess. But I'll see y'all. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Just different account. See you there. Peace out.